Oi, welcome to the FU, and this is the Not So Grandstand podcast. And today we'll be rambling about a few random stuff. And yeah, what do you guys want to begin with?
I guess we want.
Hey,
I don't know. Julius.
Nobody specifically. I guess we're gonna start off with top league titles this season. Top ranking.
So we're gonna start off with ranking the top 5 leagues. The top 5 leagues, the standard ones, not the Eredivisie, the England, Italy, Germany, France, Spain. Top 5 leagues and their title races. So that has nothing to do with the entire league, just the title race, however many teams were involved in the title race. So first off, I'll just run through them. So it was the Premier League, City on 98 points, Liverpool 97 on second, and then no one else was in that title race.
At least anyway, at the end of the title race, there was only 2 teams. Yeah. At some point, Tottenham were part of it.
Also Chelsea.
And Chelsea at the very beginning, but we mean just, the whole thing. Then in La Liga, it was Barcelona.
Unnecessary laugh. No, I'm saying the only 2 races in Europe, dog.
Yeah, there wasn't that much.
by the way, also it's out of the top 5 leagues.
Yeah.
The competitive leagues are outside the top
Yeah,
5 league, which doesn't make sense because if you look at Portugal, the Portuguese league,
that one was also good.
As well,
I don't know if it's still going. The Eredivisie's been wrapped up, I think.
It has.
Yeah. Okay, so then in Germany, it's Bayern on 75, Dortmund on 73 with 1 game left. Then Serie A, Italy. It is Juventus. And then in Ligue 1, it is Paris Saint-Germain. So, okay, but then it's Juventus on 89, then PSG, 89 with 2 games left. Tell them.
So I think my ranking, if I can start
Oh,
with,
then PSG
why you wanna
on
stop me?
88 points with 2 games left.
Oh, I didn't know, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Oh,
if I can start off, I think my ranking would be Prem, Bundesliga, the rest.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
I'm with that.
One number. Like, equally bad. I wouldn't even give them 3, 4. They should all be 5.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody argues with that. Aside from
Yeah.
the Premier League, it basically wasn't anything else.
Yeah, so
A Bundesliga.
yeah, I think the Bundesliga was very
it's
close.
still
I think we
going.
can agree the Premier League was the best because it was the highest quality. Both of those teams would have won every other league as well.
Yeah.
So it's ridiculous to get to 97 and 98 points for
In the
2
same
teams in one
season,
season.
yeah.
That's the second and third highest ever overalls in the Premier League. The only one above them was Man City last season with 100. And there was 30 swaps of being first there.
31, man.
31.
It was crazy.
So that was crazy. Then Bundesliga probably, because 2 points difference. First, Bayern were around 6th for a while in the beginning of the season. Dortmund were sort of running away with it, which felt nice. And then Dortmund have sort of slipped up. Bayern look like they're going to win it again. They have to lose on the last day of the season, and Dortmund have to win. And then other than that, nothing really happened. It was just the other guys just won.
We could put we can't. I mean, if we wanted to, if we really, really wanted to rank them, PSG,
That's number 5.
yeah, number 5. They only lost now, having wrapped up everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
even on purpose, bro. That man could get sacked. That man lost 4 games in a row. That's,
Yeah, when they
That's
needed to
real.
win the first one to win the title, and they lost and drew and lost. It's because they were resting Ronaldo for Champions League, and that didn't work out either.
Wait,
Juventus.
I thought we were talking PSG.
Oh, PSG. Oh,
Yeah.
well, it was the same thing happened with
Yeah,
Juventus.
same thing happened both
Yeah.
times. So, PSG, I had to put them at the very bottom.
Yeah,
Then
easy.
Juve, and there's only one other slot left.
Yeah.
So Barcelona.
Yeah, because it was a little closer, but
Yeah, a little closer, but
If
a
we're
little
having-
less far.
If we're having the chat of, ranking and whatnot, I'd say Spain should be lower just because we expected more, Like you don't look at PSG and you're like, yeah, that's gonna be an entertaining title race. But
Yeah.
Spain usually puts up a fight.
Well, the
somewhere,
thing is, I
somehow.
don't know if I would have expected more because one of the teams you would expect it from just lost Ronaldo. So we all sort of expected them to lose that. I would have probably expected more from Italy because last season Napoli made it very close.
Yeah.
So you thought maybe they can build on that and try that again. But yeah.
what was really interesting were the races for Champions League places.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Across
been interesting
Europe, it's been
everywhere.
interesting. And the worst one was the Prem. Because
Not
everyone just kept slipping up at the end.
Not because
It's
it.
funny.
It was funny.
Very entertaining.
But that's part of what made it very
I don't know if
interesting.
that was the worst one because it was still the closest, or
Closest,
one of the
but-
closer ones. But it was just hilarious because of how bad everyone was doing. So it's just who could be the least bad, and Chelsea and Tottenham were the least bad, and United were the most bad.
Yeah.
But remember, United only had half a season, so
But who is it? Has anyone else who watches Filthy Fellas? Good show. Check them out. I'm sure you know. If you're here, why would you not have seen them? Oh well.
'Cause we're better than
So,
them.
yeah, be
We're-
confident.
we're clean guys.
So Specs, one of the guys there, said that United finished 20th out of the top 6, which is what it felt like.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
I wouldn't. We were really close to Arsenal. Arsenal should be 19th then.
Sure.
Yeah, it was like out of the top 6, it was first, second, maybe like 8th, 10th, 19th, 20th out of the top 6.
I put them a table. Nah, buddy, they low also. It goes. It goes. Excuse me. First,
bad, yeah, it's
second, 6th, 18, 19, 20.
Wait, you said they low, and then you put them at 6th. You put them
fuck,
higher
I
than me?
thought- No, it's because I thought Tottenham was. Sorry. but
Tottenham finished
I guess
4th.
they just deserved it. And what did I say? Oh yeah, so Tottenham 6th. Yeah.
But they finished lower
Chelsea
than...
Tottenham finished below Chelsea.
I know where they finished now. Thank you very much.
So we're talking about reality here. You can't. You're not matching
Yeah,
up.
in reality, United didn't finish 20th. Sorry, Specs, but we're talking about reality here.
Yeah.
Can you handle it with that guy, please?
I don't even know who that is.
But handle it.
Yeah, handle it.
Okay,
know what
continue with
I'm
the theory.
That is it. That is my theory. Tottenham is 6th, Chelsea is 10th, and 19th, 20th. You like this, no? You enjoy it.
No, I don't enjoy
He's
it.
happy. He's happy.
You should
I don't even get it, dog.
be
I
happy,
That's
boy.
it.
don't, I don't understand what you guys are talking
You're
about
happy,
right
but
now. If
you're
I'm being
also
honest
lost.
with you.
I don't understand.
You know, it's all conceptual.
I know it's conceptual, but
Yeah,
why
but,
is Tottenham ranking higher than the team that finished above?
No, the thing is, that's not what we're saying. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
That's
that's
what
why
we
he's
have
He gets to
confusing me.
think how he wants to think.
Exactly.
We're all accepting on this podcast.
Yes, we are all inclusive.
But sometimes we want you to.
All inclusive unless
for
you're
you.
stupid, eh?
Yeah.
That's fine. No, but sometimes. You know what? So look, nah, I feel like
Onto something.
the leagues should be more competitive, man.
Just
I
be
don't
more
know how.
competitive, guys. Come
I don't
on.
know like how, bro. Like I feel like
Talk to
teams,
the league as a whole.
yeah, the teams like in the other leagues who are just like spending ridiculous sums of money, they should find a way of capping the money that they're spending in each transfer window or spreading out
I'm
fees
against
to the other teams so that they can also be able to compete because yes, other teams don't compete due to money. I mean, like your team is not necessarily made good because of money, but money adds to that, and clearly that's the case in the other leagues. You understand? Because, for example, if you look at the Bundesliga, right, other teams just like groom their players,
To be sold to buy.
and then Bayern just
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Thank
takes all of
you.
them, right?
Yeah.
Even in like the French league, for example, some of the teams in the French stick to their philosophies, which is fine, bro. You understand? And that's like grooming talent and whatever,
Yeah.
But they they then don't spend money because they can't, for example, you know.
Yeah.
And then we find teams like PSG who can not only attract players in their leagues but players from other leagues as well, you know, and that's gonna obviously create domination.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Can I say in response to that? In my mind, that wouldn't work because it's like competition creates growth type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's it. That's it.
And also, I think clearly people have enough money. It's just because Fulham can be coming up and spending 100 million.
Yeah, that didn't work.
So I'm just saying, and also
it's only exclusive to the Prem.
Yeah.
Other
yeah,
leagues-
yeah, but you also you don't. That's life. You want it to be football. You don't want to change too
And-
many things, and
Yeah.
then we just have the NFL. We don't. It's just. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
nice.
right.
Everyone
Yeah.
should have a bit of a place. And then, according to what happens, the places can change. Leeds used to be winning titles. Now they're stuck in the Championship. United have fallen off a bit. Leicester won the title. That creates stories.
Yeah.
So I think that just it'd be a little
It's
weird.
part of it, and I think that's part of why we like it.
Yeah.
But you know, like this season, as you said, was very disappointing for all four teams to have not been anywhere close to Liverpool and City. And I don't know if that's got to do with them being so good, or if that's got to do with everybody needing to catch up. And I don't know if you can catch up because based on what they've done this season, they're only going to get better, I assume. Liverpool will try and close the gap on City. City will try and spread away, which ultimately means that all the other teams will fall behind, possibly.
Yeah.
That's why we don't want a league to end up being like that.
But I think like that, right? Chelsea know that they're third now. Chelsea know that they're third now, right? Yeah. They're thinking, okay, we're challenging for second. How can we do that? All that other stuff aside, yeah, they're going to improve also. But these guys know that. Chelsea know that Liverpool and City are going to improve. They know where their problems are, and they know that they
Yeah,
can.
same
I
with
think
Tottenham.
they can. Same with Tottenham.
Yeah.
Because they were holding the race.
It's also circumstantial, especially due to
especially-
Tottenham with not spending
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
And Chelsea now with the ban.
yeah,
So
possibly.
5-year plan.
Possibly.
Midfield.
Allegedly.
this
Yeah,
man said something about capping the amount of money that can be spent.
Yeah.
But FFP exists, and it does exist.
I
And
saw what happened with Neymar.
But it doesn't work very well. Let's just say.
but Manchester City could get banned from next season's Champions League.
But
The thing is-
City
Nah,
can
they
sue the
won't.
Champions League.
We
But they
know
won't.
it seems like they won't.
No,
Yeah, the
They
thing
can
is,
sue
they
the
actually
Champions
might.
League and finish the Champions League because they have more money than
the problem is that lots of
Yes.
those things
Sue them for
could
what?
happen, but they often don't happen.
Yeah.
like how many
Look, can I
times?
tell you here's what's happening, bro? guys-
Spoon knows. You watched the Tifo video.
Yeah, I
Football
actually watched
video.
that documentary of how City are. Bruh,
Ever since he watched that video, this man's been chatting about City. He's a
Expert.
professional.
Expert.
no, but let me tell you, okay, this is just
About to break it down.
just a conspiracy theory. Ne? One of the guys that the Champions League, ne?
Yeah.
knows the guy from City. You see,
Yeah.
it's like, hey, yo, this is what they pay you. But this is what I'm gonna pay you, so that you make sure that we don't get sued or banned or whatever. You understand? We still want to participate in the Champions League. I'm joking. That's a conspiracy.
What's the reason for them?
No, no, but what I'm saying is like
Breaking
I,
the FFP rules. And
I
stuff.
had a thing. So here's the reason why City can is because money laundering type of things, money's dodginess,
Yeah.
right? And then breaking the FFP rules in terms of like I think of how much they're spending or spending whatever. I'm not sure.
Expenditure versus income.
Oh yes,
This is
whatever
crazy.
that is.
Yeah.
Explain that,
Cementing.
please, there for the people there.
You can't spend more than you make. Is that-
Now you know how there's a limit.
Yeah.
There's a ceiling on how much
And then you also
can
have to-
lose. How much you can lose.
Yeah.
Those guys are spending way more than they're making.
Yeah.
Also it depends on like the club. So like Man United, obviously the club generates its own revenue, right?
Yeah.
But when you have like people like Abramovich, for example, just making an example, like Chelsea or City, right?
No,
And then
They're not in
when
the
they
same. They're not in the same boat.
okay, what I'm saying is when you have an investor, right? Then the capping, like how can I explain? The investor isn't allowed to put that much in. Like
Yeah,
you as
that's
an
true.
investor
Yeah, you're
can't
not
spend
allowed-
100 million,
Yeah.
right? Whereas me, if Man United is generating the funds, 100 million is okay. If they can prove that they can generate that 200,
Yeah,
300,
through
400
different
million,
fundings.
it
Yeah.
doesn't even
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah.
Right?
Not
Yeah,
just
but
like through some rich guy
pumping
giving you
shit,
the money.
yeah.
Yes, because that money we don't know where it's coming from.
Exactly. Yeah, it's from the.
Because as
oil
we
of
said a
slavery.
couple podcasts ago,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's here.
It's here, brother. Okay, but in any case, so the thing was like, City are just dodgy, bro. But they can be banned from the Champions League, right? At least the laws say that they should be investigated.
Yeah, and they've
You
been.
see, and they've been investigated.
Yeah.
But is there gonna be further action? You understand? Because now I saw a thing saying that City can then take these guys to court or whatever.
So the question is it worth
They
it?
can take UEFA to court, right? And UEFA can lose that. And when UEFA loses that, City win, right?
Yeah.
And City win, but they don't just win. They can be like, hey, yo, 1, 2, 3, and 4.
City
pay us,
become
whatever.
UEFA.
You understand? You pay us 1, 2, 3, and 4, or whatever we have. So. So that's why further actions might. Well, at least that's why further actions won't be taken. At least in this. case
Likely
right now.
won't
And
be taken.
that was like 3 months ago, I think.
Yeah.
At least when I saw that thing. You understand? But maybe now there's been cases where things are through, where actions might be taken now. You know, where they found a loophole around.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's easy, bro. Just one envelope sliding across the desk. That's all it takes.
Voice protection.
I said it's just one envelope sliding across the desk. Didn't I hear? Okay, you wouldn't know what I heard, but I I know someone was gonna. Like, we don't know what you heard, you know. Okay, sorry guys, sorry. What I'm saying is right. I think the PSG guy doesn't he sit on the FFP board?
He's also
and aren't they like cousins?
They're also
Yeah, they're all cousins that side was.
Those views are his own.
Oh yeah, speaking of cousins, did you hear that? Did you hear that the Man City owner
Mansour.
Sheikh Mansour, that guy.
that guy, he has a
Whatever
cousin
his
who's a
name.
billionaire who also
Wanted
looked
to take it.
who also looked
United.
at Liverpool. He looked at Liverpool.
Someone also looked
last
at
season.
United recently. Those guys are everywhere.
Yeah,
I don't-
nice for Liverpool.
I don't want them, if I'm being honest with you.
No one wants them, bro.
Yeah,
But
these
the thing
guys,
is-
these guys are saying that now.
I'll take it, right?
What are you
United,
talking about here?
United wants the billions.
I don't want them. I just also don't really want the Glazers. But that's not the topic.
That's not the topic. But, you know, with all this talk of billionaires pumping money into the clubs, whatever, it's distracting us from the real villains.
Who are?
Barcelona.
Segue.
That was beautiful, right?
Poetic.
Anyway, these
Innit.
people have an attack, right? A crazy attack on paper. We're talking Messi, we're talking Malcolm, we're talking Suarez, we're talking Coutinho,
Dembele.
Dembele, and now we're talking Griezmann as well, possibly, very likely. So,
Hey, Boateng, respect.
Boateng is gone now, man. That's just
That was some money laundering stuff. That right there.
Smells
That's
dodgy.
some pure.
What happened?
This is an explanation for why
for Boateng.
they have signed
The
him.
man walks in and then walks out.
That's similar to
What
when
happened?
Paulinho
What
got
do you
signed.
mean? Like when he signed the 6-month contract and
Yeah.
then was kept to it. What do you mean?
it's crazy that it
He
has
thinks
to.
there's-
He thinks there's
Explain.
something behind
Yeah,
it.
he thinks
Explain.
it's
Me, I don't know
dodgy.
that thing.
What do you mean? What's behind the 6-month contract?
Dog, it's like okay, let's say I'm
So it's
building
like
a
Ryan
house,
Babel?
right? And I'm trying to
Yeah,
hide.
but
I'm
they
trying to
needed
hide the
him.
fact that like I'm trying to hide my money laundering, right? Because I got illegally wash the money, blah blah blah. Ne? I'm building a house, ne? Ask me why I'm ordering 50 million wooden planks when I'm building a house out of bricks.
Why are you doing that?
I don't know. I'm hiding the money. You get what I'm saying? I'm building a house out of bricks. Yeah, I'm making planks here and there. Ne? The number on the paper says 50 million. I use 2.
So what do you think? No, what do you think is going on with this? Within that
Yeah, because I don't
particular-
understand how this relates at
I
all.
don't know. I don't know how they're doing it. If I did, and then they'd probably be in jail because I would have reported them. But let's say most basic, right? Kevin Prince comes into the club, right? A transfer fee is paid, right? The contract is signed. Some wages are inflated on some way. It increases their wage bill. On their wage bill, they add extra zero somewhere. You get what I'm saying?
I see.
Now it's like more money is going out. Where's the money going to? We don't know. You get what I'm saying? Kevin Prince leaves, right? Now the wages decrease. right? You add another zero there. There's more money come in. There's more money flow. Type shit. You get what I'm saying? These people are weird. I wouldn't know because I'm not a financier.
I think that's as likely as they just signed him for a 6-month contract.
Why?
I don't trust Spanish people. I'm not like in general. I mean,
Okay.
I mean like they have a
Well,
reputation
also,
for doing these type of things.
All
Like how
Spanish people.
The thing is, why would you
teams,
want to
the
sign
clubs.
Kevin Prince Boateng?
Yeah, like how
Because that
Atletico-
means nah.
Sure.
Even he looked at the paper and he was like, really?
He scored that one nice goal for AC Milan.
He scored some nice goals.
Yeah, and he tried
Let's
an
give him
overhead
that.
kick for Ghana in the World Cup. Tried it.
Yeah, he tried it. He scored some nice goals. He's not a bad
that's the
player.
thing,
Just
it's
not
like-
Barcelona.
You look at it now, it's like, okay, it's quite. At first, it didn't make sense. You're like, okay, we'll just let it slide. But now that we bring up this whole situation, it's like, it's dodgy. Why would Barcelona look at that guy? He didn't even help them in situations because they were like, he's going to come here and be competition for Suarez and Coutinho. Where? Nowhere.
That man was just there to fill in when they were resting, when they lost those games.
Against Huesca, even.
Oh wait, also I want to say, right, how many times have we heard about these players in Spain getting caught for tax evasion?
All the
Yeah,
time.
right?
And
Yeah.
the coaches.
And the coaches, right? Why are they getting caught for tax evasion? They aren't even
evading
evading
taxes.
taxes. They're not even. It's not even them.
Yeah, I don't
it's the
think they're
clubs,
evading.
bro. That's why Ronaldo left. Ronaldo said these people are not supporting me. There's something going on. That man was gonna go to jail.
That's what I'm
That's
talking
why he
about
left.
as well. And I said I don't trust them. There's something fishy.
They doing weird
There's
stuff.
something
No, but I
fishy
heard
there.
in regards to that, there's a way around it. I think if you get a 2-year sentence, it doesn't count. So basically, the agents work around that. So you pay less taxes, and then when you have to make a payment on what you should have paid, it's less than that. Are you guys following what I'm saying?
I understand.
No. I get what you're saying.
When if you get caught evading tax, the amount you need to pay is a lot less than what you'd have had to pay in taxes.
Yeah.
So that's just a decision that the financial people will just go ahead with that, and you get your 2-year sentence. However, you don't need to actually go to
You just
prison
pay.
in Spain. So that could also just be a smart move.
But you know what I
financially.
think? I think they made to pay a heftier fine than what the taxes would have
No,
been.
they don't-
Because
otherwise
then
they
why
wouldn't
would
do it.
everybody be mad? You know Ronaldo had to pay like 30 million. 30 million.
I heard that there was a lot less than the taxes. Because why would you take the
Yeah,
risk
but
to
like-
being a high-profile player?
I don't think
when
it's
it
them
happens.
taking the risk.
that's-
I don't think it's.
who
I don't
take
think.
that
I don't
risk?
think
I
it's
think
them.
that it's the club doing some janky stuff because you know how they work with the agents and they have a whole network. I think that they're doing some janky shit and the players are taking the downfall, and that's why Ronaldo left, and that's why Messi was also thrown
You don't
because they
think-
know they're not going to go to jail.
You don't think the players would say something?
I don't think they know.
Like I'm pretty sure. You don't think they know.
I don't think Ronaldo
I think
knows.
I do remember
don't think
someone
he's like,
saying
yeah,
something.
me, I'm evading taxes today. He doesn't have to.
Yeah, some of these soccer players are dumb.
Yeah, as much as they're
That's why
dumb.
we can-
Yeah, dog.
Some, not
Some.
some.
Yeah,
Yeah,
some.
we can agree. Some are dumb.
No, Harry Kane looks a bit shaky, bro. We all think that. Let's be honest.
Most foreigners speak better English than that dude.
Man has a speech impediment.
That man just sounds funny. Let's respect him a
Okay,
little bit.
Yeah.
but then the thing is, you're a football player, right? You earn a lot, millions. Why would you be like, okay, yeah, let's not pay taxes?
Exactly.
That's the
You
thing.
know, also I saw on Instagram on a page Life of a Baller that Lys whatever that Mousset, the French
Lys
backup
Mousset.
striker for Bournemouth, that man has a Lamborghini. How can you be backup striker for Bournemouth and you're affording such?
That
Can I
man
say?
is
Can I say?
really-
He's just in debt.
No, and I don't think he is.
That's the issue.
Wasn't he like the record signing when they got him? I'm pretty sure his
10
contract
million.
is
Mousset?
Musa, whatever his name is, Musa.
It's because he's French. I don't
Wasn't
know
it-
what you
was it
say.
10?
No, it was like
I swear it was like 4.
it was a lot when they signed him.
That was
Yeah,
that was
The
Ibe.
thing is,
That was- I
no,
was 10.
I know.
I was like 14 or something.
14
It was like
so-
15-ish. So the thing is, it sounds like a little in football terms, but that's a
No,
lot
that-
of money. That's how many Lamborghinis.
But they were paying the club there.
Yeah, they don't pay him.
So
That's a
no, think
charge.
I'm
about
saying,
it.
what's
Yeah,
his
so I'm saying,
wage bill?
now he gets his wage. Let's say 30K a week. This
You
is
can
not.
pay off a car. It's
30K
not that
a
hard
week.
to do.
Yeah, it's 30K a week.
That's
This
a
is-
lot
this is-
for a backup striker at Bournemouth.
They weren't signing him to be backup. It just happened. So I'm pretty sure it could be higher than 30K. I'm just saying. So he gets how much in a month?
Yeah, I can go be that man right now.
120
I can do
in a
his
month?
job. That man
He
does
gets
nothing.
a signing on
Bournemouth.
fee.
Bournemouth,
available.
please.
It's available.
I'll even spend
Yeah.
the money nicely.
What's wrong
I'll
with
get,
Solanke?
I'll get the channel a Lamborghini, not just for me.
Hold up play, cutting in,
And killer left foot.
killer left foot.
Or just the bench.
Yeah, I can also do that.
Because that's where Messi is.
And he's happy to do it.
Yeah, I'm happy to just
And
sit
the
on the bench,
Lamborghini.
come on in the last 5 minutes, do nothing. I can try. I might do something sometime, but we'll see.
I wouldn't want to play. Just sign me up as a data analyst.
This is a realistic player you get.
Also, bro, since we're conspiracy theorizing, right?
Wait.
Theorizing.
What if PSG don't even want to win the Champions League, bro?
Huh?
What if they just
How
use
is this
that
turned
as an
into a
excuse-
conspiracy theory
What if they
podcast?
just use that as
Season
an excuse,
over.
right?
spend-
To keep on buying players. They're buying so many players, bro. It's unnecessary.
Okay, hold on.
No, but
Let's-
that
hold on.
needs to be deep.
Let's time out on the conspiracy theories because that can happen in the off season. The content here will expire.
We didn't even talk about Barcelona and
Yeah, we just left that
how
completely.
they're outspending everybody.
The everything?
They're outspending everybody.
They also win a lot, though. I mean, I'm sure that generates
Yeah.
a lot of income.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's just La
Quite often.
Liga every time.
But still think about it. Okay. You're paying Suarez. You're paying Messi. And you didn't get Suarez for free.
No.
That was 17. Eh? Now you got Coutinho for double that. You got Dembele for 100 plus as well. You get Griezmann for 100 plus as well. Who's Malcolm? Malcolm, how much was Malcolm?
40.
40.
Longley, I don't know how much he was.
Now you're getting Frankie De Jong.
I'm at 75.
You're getting De Ligt.
City.
Yeah,
Umtiti
Umtiti
is
getting De Ligt.
expensive. Delict now.
So are you guys under the impression that the top teams aren't supposed to spend a lot of money?
No. That's not the chat. I'm
What is-
saying
what is
we
it?
focus all our attention and our energies on the teams that are rich because of oil, you know, but
Yeah.
and talk about how they're ruining football.
Yeah.
But who's ruining football?
I don't see it as ruining football. I think big teams are big teams for a reason, and they should be big teams.
So they run away from Atletico, and they see Atletico were kind of close this year. How many points was it? Like 16?
A lot. It was more than enough.
Let's
Yeah.
let's
just
take
take
let's
away.
take Messi out of the equation. If Barcelona didn't have Messi, do you think that would have been the case?
But they've still spent like 500
no,
million
but
on
do you think it would be
attackers.
the case that would have counted for so much as far as the point difference?
I think when
I don't
Barcelona lose Messi, they're gonna.
We've all seen the team without Messi.
I think their plummet is gonna be harder and more painful than Real Madrid.
Yeah. I agree.
But as it is, with Messi still there and them spending, they're gonna run away from Madrid. Madrid, who? What are they gonna do? Rodrigo comes through.
They have
Jovic.
Zizou.
Throw in another. Oh, they just signed Jovic. Congratulations! Congratulations.
Jovic.
That's
How
a
much?
52.7, something like that.
Something like that.
This is what I'm saying. Why are these? This is what the same chat I was having about City.
Is that it?
Why
Yeah,
are
that's
these
it.
people spending so little?
No. Anybody could have signed him for that. He just chose to go to that club because it's the most prestigious club.
And the thing is, they could afford to sell him for a little bit cheaper, just because they just got him for 7 million.
Yeah, for 7 million.
7.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, as I said, any team could have signed him.
Yeah. And they've never gotten a fee like that before. Imagine how crazy they must have been going. Like, wow,
So,
50.
Benzema to Chelsea.
Benzema to Chelsea.
No one to
Chelsea had the
Chelsea.
bag.
Chelsea to loan players to Chelsea.
It's practically a new signing. Reece James,
Don't know.
Mason Mount.
No, that's why I said you have your
Tomori.
loan players going back. You don't need
Tomori,
anyone else.
Kennedy.
Kenzo.
Kennedy, Aish, that
Moses.
It's late for him.
No.
man. The thing is, I have Moses. Thing is,
Shout out
I've
to-
lost a bit of faith in Kennedy since he can't even get into the Newcastle side under Benitez.
I think it's
Benitez.
because they don't want to sign him for, like certain clubs.
The thing is, they want to work the club out without him because they know he won't be there. But
yeah, it could be that, or there's a thing where where if you play a certain amount of games, you then
Yeah,
have
you
to
have to-
sign him for that fee that the club.
or you pay
puts on.
more for it.
You
Like some
understand?
sort of
So
clause.
it could have
Yeah,
been
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
you know.
If that clause existed, then yeah, it could have.
Yeah.
If the clause existed, because it was never clear why.
But then why would
was
they
the
have
clause
signed him extra for and he had 5 games in the beginning of the season and then just got dropped after that one performance where he did everything bad and then missed a penalty at the end. That was sad.
Can I have a random thought? I'd just like to applaud the fact that there are 3 Africans that scored how many? 22?
22.
66.
66
goals
total.
amongst the 3 of
Yeah.
them in the Premier League at the same time. I think that's very significant.
Yeah.
No, it's not that.
That's good.
Okay, Barcelona.
Next Jets pussy's out. Yeah, sorry. Go.
Yeah.
For Brighton,
Brighton.
he's the next Glenn Murray.
So what happens? The reason I'm saying they're ruining football, right,
Yeah.
is we were here talking about ranking the top 5 leagues, and we could only do 2 of them, and even the other one is shaky because Bayern keeps taking players from Dortmund as well.
Yeah, the thing is, this season it was nice.
Yeah, it was
The
nice.
title race, but other than that,
Yeah.
it's a bit.
So now what happens in a league where we couldn't even rank them? This man said fifth, all of them fifth, right? And in that league, these other guys are coming through and spending gang and taking the best players from the team that finished second. So
Because Atletico age, they're gonna have to do some crazy stuff because Godin's leaving
yeah,
as well.
Lucas Hernandez.
Hernandez is gone.
Yeah,
At least one defensive midfielder. I think Rodri and Partey maybe.
It'd be even worse if like De Gea goes to Real Madrid and we take Oblak.
yeah. Now you see, I don't think that would ever happen. If we're being honest, maybe they'd get Pickford. I don't think they'd ever get an All Black. If we're being
When
honest.
this
United.
man's keeper,
Yeah,
this
Man
man's
United.
keeper makes basic saves. He has
Hold
Van
on,
Dijk in front
hold
of
on.
him.
Let's
He's
stop.
a genius.
Let's
He
not
does
compare keepers. We've had that argument a lot. Why wouldn't United get Oblak?
Tell us why now.
Atleti.
Ouch.
Okay, so the reason is because United are a bad club now, is what you're saying?
Well, they're only in the
Yes.
Champions League. Oh, yeah, yes.
I'm just gonna say that, dog. Because
That's kind of
it's not like you're going to be there next year either. And no, it happens. I was there. I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm speaking from experience.
So I'm saying
somebody's
anything
projecting
can
their
happen.
feelings onto other people.
I'm not projecting.
Unfortunately,
I'm telling you the reason.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
one club is the biggest
Yeah.
or third biggest in
Yeah.
the world and can generate enough profit. The other club had to wait for the Rams to win the Super Bowl so that they could get enough money from their
Ouch.
owner to pump it back into their club.
So that's Liverpool and United.
No, it was Coutinho.
Okay. Even though that's not what happened.
That's not what
No, no,
happened.
but they-
it was the
Okay.
Coutinho sale that helped
Even though,
them.
okay.
Okay, Coutinho then. You had one good player who you sold and you got the money. Nice one.
That's good investments.
We can talk about Liverpool finances, but I'm not gonna do that.
The
right
point
now.
is nobody
'Cause
cares enough to do that. Leave Manchester United
literally
alone.
talks about Liverpool finances,
One
then says
Oh,
no one cares
the
enough
reason
to
why,
do
the
it.
reason why is because he went there. He was the one who was going there in the first
But
place.
I
didn't talk
Why
about
are
that.
they-
Okay, the thing is, let's just hold on. Hey. Let's just compare that to all the times this man is like, let's not talk about United because we bring it up too much. When he's the one who brings it up a lot.
Yes.
That's a jab at you as well because I'm
Yes,
trying to make
I'll
you
take
understand
my
how
job.
bad it is.
Stab me, as long as the same knife goes in his heart also.
I was just showing you. I was showing you. This one was already here.
Yeah.
Yours is the same.
Yeah,
Don't try
I'll
and
take
deny.
it together. Me and you will go down.
Continue.
You'll go down in
Continue.
second,
Not calling
and I'll
the
go
games
down
like-
in sixth.
Okay.
Yes.
Anyway, I don't know what
Just
you
threw
guys are
that out
talking
there,
about.
otherwise-
It seems like there's an exodus happening at Atletico, and Barcelona contributing to that. So
Yeah, by taking their best player,
so
arguably the best player.
yeah, arguably.
He's
When
a
I say they're ruining football, it's because of stuff like that. And when it comes to the Champions League, I don't see them performing any better. If I'm being honest with
Barcelona?
you. Yeah. Despite these signings they're making,
Yeah.
I don't see them performing
Yeah, I
any
agree with
better.
that.
So what are they gonna do in return? They're gonna spend again.
More, yeah.
I don't know if Griezmann's actually going to work at Barcelona that well
I don't think so. And
because
I don't
he likes dropping.
Yeah, and
You can only have so many players that like dropping. If everyone drops, what's the
And
point?
You know, Messi, if he has competition from players who drop, he drops them from the squad. Eh?
Yeah,
Like
Messi's gonna be like that. Nope. We all said Kepa's the coach. No, Messi's the real coach, the best
Messi
player coach
being
of
the
all time.
coach.
He's been the
Yeah,
coach,
And we know
Kepa's just
he's
a
a
noob
bad
at that
coach.
stuff.
Yeah, and Messi's
that
a
man
bad
ruins
coach.
international careers, man. Messi.
Sure.
Yeah.
He has a lot.
Imagine you can't
Even
rep
he
your
even
country.
ruined his own.
Yeah.
That's what I was going.
Guys, I'm retiring. The squad starts looking a bit fresh, bro. It's like, yeah, you know what? I think I'll come back. Fucks it up again. Thank you, Messi, boy. You suck.
So, like, your point was that Barcelona's running football. However, they're not really, because even though they sign players, it doesn't really improve.
No, everybody who does this doesn't win the Champions League. If we're being honest, City do it,
So I
PSG do
don't.
it.
So, is that necessarily running Champions? I mean, is that really running anything?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the competition in their
domestic
league.
leagues.
Yeah, the competition in their league.
And then
You
you're
know,
also
I have
taking
an
away
argument
you're
against
taking
that.
away nice things from other teams.
No, but I have an argument.
Because I
against
miss
Why
Coutinho
do
from
we-
the Prem. That man was nice. Imagine if this man could have he might have won the league for them. Could have been to two
Maybe,
Champions
maybe,
League finals.
Maybe. But here's my point. In every other league, part of the reason why there usually are like 2 or 3 teams that are on top is because for the most part, for example in Spain, most of the teams play exactly the same. So ultimately the team with the best players who play the same style are going to finish out on top. However, if you go to the Premier League, you'll see that there's different styles throughout the Premier League, and that's part of the reason why sometimes you've got competition in it. I don't necessarily think it's got to do with better players. because you can counter a tiki-taka style if everybody's not playing the tiki-taka style. And sometimes it's better to not have the players who would suit that. For example, you got Burnley with Barnes and that kind of different style. And, you know, they always talk about it. Could they do it at Stoke City on a winter night or whatever it was? And the point being, in the Premier League, you've got different teams, and sometimes a team like Stoke is harder to beat. So if you're signing all the best players, it doesn't take away from what the other teams do. And I think that's part of the difference in why in the Premier League I don't think it matters. I think it's stylistically that's stopping teams from competing, because if you sign the best players, it wouldn't take away from it if you have different kinds of players.
Great.
You
Also,
get my point?
yeah, I
get
agree.
you,
To some degree,
I don't
Also,
agree.
it's not like they're taking these players and like kidnapping them. You know, they're not stealing them in the night.
Yeah.
They're paying you for them.
Yeah.
Just because your reinvestment and your recruitment isn't up to scratch.
Yeah, some clubs
doesn't
enjoy
mean-
being
yeah,
selling
bro.
clubs. They're not complaining about it.
Exactly.
No, guys, let's be honest. If you take money, right,
Yeah.
and you give it to Leicester, you take James Maddison. They have the money. But where are they going to get the player?
They've
They
been
lost.
doing it.
They lost Kante. They
Yeah,
haven't replaced him.
They lost.
Just because
they
you have the
lost
money
a lot
doesn't
of
mean you
players,
can
bro.
replace. And
True,
also,
true.
the idea, the saying, okay, maybe I didn't get your point right.
Yeah.
Because you're saying maybe you can counter
Yeah,
the way this
discuss it,
other
yeah,
team
say it, yeah,
plays.
yeah.
So, are you trying to say Burnley versus Man City? As much as it's a competition, you don't think Man City have the edge because they bought players that are generally considered to be better than those
No,
at
but
Burnley?
I didn't disagree against it.
Yeah.
My whole point was the difference in the leagues. The fact that the Premier League is more competitive is not got to do with the big teams signing the small players. It's got to do with the fact that there's different styles. Like, that's the difference, not the players.
I think the
So in
difference
every other
is,
league, for example, in Spain, if you are signing a player from a team, you can sign from any team and you're weakening them because you're taking their best player in the same way that you play and you're taking them away from them. I'm saying that nobody's signing anybody from Burnley, right? And the style that they play, the style that Burnley play, nobody's gonna. Manchester City can't affect Burnley in any way, right? Yeah, you agree with that, or do you disagree with that?
no, I'm waiting for you to
So
finish.
any team, any other team that plays differently, so you've got like two different kinds of teams, and because there's different styles, you can't really take away from a team. If whoever you're taking away a player from, you would have been better than anyway, because just based on the fact that you were already a good team, that's why this player is upgrading to that team.
So it's like City can't gain anything from any Burnley players.
Yeah.
But Barcelona can always gain
From any
something
team
from.
in the Spanish league, I think
guys
most of
make-
them play the same stylistically, right?
But guys, let's be respectful of those Spanish clubs. They don't play exactly the same.
Yeah. But stylistically, from
People are moving away from tiki taka, so people are
it's,
But can I
it's
say-
not
can I
hard
make
to
a
sign a
point?
player from most teams and to join Barcelona. It wouldn't.
And you know how you know that that's the truth is because like when Spain link up like the country, it's really easy for them to like click because all of the players have that footballing culture.
And I think that's on
inside.
purpose.
Yeah, yeah,
Same thing with the Bundesliga. It's literally on purpose. They've got everybody playing for the most part the same style.
yeah.
Because they want to feed into the project of the national team.
national team.
Yeah, and
Eventually
then also
winning
if
a
you,
World Cup.
and then also if you look at like
Conspiracies.
if you also look at what you call it, the Spain squad that won
The three, yeah.
08 whatever.
World Cup, whatnot.
Most of them, Barcelona, Real Madrid, and maybe 4 or 5.
The Germany squad.
4 or 5
Bayern.
that were playing in England.
Yeah.
Same thing with
Germany.
Germany's conquering squads.
same thing with Spain's 2006
Yeah,
World Cup
exactly.
squad. I think that's just how it is in Spain. Players generally just come from Madrid and Barcelona. I don't think it was.
Yeah.
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 Same thing with England back in the day. It would just be the top teams. So I don't think. And Madrid.
It's still England now, quite a bit. English
Yeah.
players don't like going abroad.
It's like, okay, let's say England right now, right? They have a similar style in terms of defense. Everybody has a big old centre back who heads and kicks and moves.
But that's
You get what I'm
every,
saying?
that's every team in the world.
Okay, but it's different because when you bring an Italian defender over, they're more tactical. I'm saying like in England, it's rough. It's somebody who's fast. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So,
You're a pair Mertesacker.
huh?
You said someone who's fast.
Yeah, I'm like.
Fast, so big. You get what I'm saying? That guy.
think-
So it wouldn't be weird for Leicester to sign Tarkovsky when United signed Maguire, and you get what I'm saying? Like, Phil Jones goes to Everton because that in that please leave, get out my club. What I'm saying, we gave him the new contract so we can make more money when we sell him.
You need him because he's English.
Yeah.
Why do they? Stupid people. Okay, so what I'm saying is in that position, right? Stylistically, to his point, they're the same, right? So it's easier for them to buy that type of player. Whereas in Spain, it's like that, but wider. Like, if you know you need a technically gifted midfielder in Spain, you're probably gonna find it somewhere in Spain. You know, you're not gonna go looking at England or German. Okay, maybe German. But you get what I'm saying, bro.
Okay. Because
You would go look at England.
Yeah, you would. Let me just pose the question.
Who are you gonna go look
Do
at?
you guys think
David Silva.
You say English players.
English players.
Yeah, English players.
You said for Spanish players you wouldn't go looking in England.
Well, he
No,
meant
he
to
meant-
say, he meant to say, yeah.
Yeah.
He meant to say Spanish team isn't looking for an English midfielder because stylistically it's not the same thing.
I'm saying if you're looking for a technically gifted midfielder,
Henderson is not your guy.
exactly.
And there's Barkley.
Okay, so you're
Jack Wilshere might.
not gonna look at English players because you can't
Yeah,
go
that's
look
what
at
he meant to
England.
say.
That's what I
Yeah.
meant.
Yeah.
It just
Yeah.
didn't come out right. Maybe
Yeah.
James
Yeah.
Madison, but he's a special case, I think.
So guys, do
And
you
nice.
think
Not anymore, but he's retired.
No, I'm saying that there were naming crops of English players that were special cases.
so? Do you or do you not think these teams that are spending big amounts of money and signing players from around the teams in the league are ruining the leagues or not? Just a yes or no.
Okay, no, but I can't.
Because everybody's
How
giving
would you- how would you
ruining
want
the
it to be?
league?
How did
or
you
ruining
find
No, no,
Premier
no.
League?
But how would you want
Yeah.
it to be? How is this any different? How is this different to how you'd want it to be? For there to be
What's the solution?
four or 2 or 4 teams that are on top and the rest aren't on that level.
Is Bayern ruining the Bundesliga when they sign players from Dortmund?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
Barcelona is not when they sign players from Atleti.
No one said that.
I thought that's what your
I
point
get,
was.
I get,
No,
I
no,
get,
that's
I
not-
get,
When you were
what
saying
you- I
that.
get how you're going, but I also get what he's saying. Where
Yeah, I hear what he's saying. That's why I asked that question.
Yeah.
Just to get an answer for this
Yeah.
specific question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
I also think as well, now, like other teams, like they should have managers and board directors that handle their funds well, you know. Because when some of these clubs, if they've never had money, well, they can't use it. If they've never had money,
Not
they
even
can't-
if you've never had money. Just if.
There's some teams that
wait.
had money.
Wait, let's just go with my. Can you
Okay.
please let's not make it personal.
No, no, it's not
personal.
personal. It's
We're
just
saying
any
how it
club.
is.
Okay, yeah, like
You guys spend whatever on Danny Drinkwater. They spent 60 million on Mahrez. They didn't need him. We bought. Who did we buy that's bad? Okay, well, Sanchez,
Yeah,
Fred.
Sanchez. I would give it to Fred because Fred could
Freddie's
still
only out
redeem
for
himself.
this time. It's his first
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, but still, it hasn't looked like the best 50 million ever spent.
That's probably got to do with the whole sports teams needing a sports director as opposed to
Yeah, so I'm just
it
saying
being
there's
only
a
based
problem
on
there.
financial gains, like signing a Danny Drinkwater
so. That's what I was
and a
gonna say.
Barkley.
And Barkley, I think
That's your
you
guy
can,
there.
I don't think you Barkley is cool because you didn't spend too much.
No, my point being that
But
signing
he took the
was
number
for that
8
reason.
shirt.
That whole
for that
signing
reason.
was for that reason. We're gonna fill the English quota,
Yeah.
and because he's coming in really cheap,
it's
there's
down
no
because-
doubt that you're gonna be able to sell him for more than what you got him for. So it's a fantastic, like Rabiot. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rabiot.
That would be the perfect signing because whether or not he does well or not, he's gonna
He's
be
free.
able to sell him for more than
Yeah.
you got him.
But he won't because he has attitude and he wants to get paid. That's why he didn't
But
sign
even
him
his
PSG.
attitude, dog, it's his mom.
No, he wants to get paid. He wants the
No,
money.
no, it's
Leave
not
the
anymore.
other
He
side.
fired her.
Nah, she's back.
She's back.
She's back.
It's
dog.
his mom.
Guys, this is
I guess you can't
She's not
permanently.
going
It'd be
anywhere.
difficult to permanently fire your mom.
Yeah.
I hate you. You're fired.
You know, Sunday Lunch was a movie. That
Man, he just experienced for a couple of months. It was terrible. I was like, oh, mom, you have to come back. I can't do this.
love your mom.
Okay, so listen. What I'm trying to say is like these clubs, if they can handle their money, they crumble. They crumble. You know, like
Give an example.
Bayern. I mean, no, sorry,
Of
Dortmund.
still, like,
Dortmund. Did you guys know that
That was really intense.
No. Like Dortmund were competing. Used to compete with Bayern.
Yeah.
Early days.
Yeah.
Used to
What's early days?
like
Back.
90s,
Like,
80s, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then like, cause remember Dortmund they won like 2 Champions Leagues
Yeah.
in 5 seasons or something like
Yeah,
that. They went to a lot of finals and a lot of leagues within their league, right?
Yeah.
Lars
does-
Ricken.
What does that mean? It means money, right? And obviously,
Wallet.
with money, you then like,
Bare peas.
then you like, let's sign players so that to competition and big players money is gonna big players.
Yeah.
They sign a lot of players. These players don't do well. Now you're in debt, finances, whatever. Bayern had to bail them out.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Bayern
And
had
that's
to
part
bail
of
them
the
out.
reason why they
That's
had
part
to
of the
sell,
reason
yeah.
why now Dortmund are Bayern slaves. In a
Bayern's
sense.
academy.
You understand? So I'm saying like if you look at that case where Dortmund, bro, they had a good thing going on, but then now the board members could not handle the money as well, you know. Now and then I think also like I'm not sure what happened to Leeds and Nottingham Forest.
Probably someone added a 0 here, a 0 there,
And Aston Villa, right?
a 0
Yeah,
there.
I
They
think
won
so.
back in the day, Champions League.
West Ham at some point also had a couple of good players and I had to sell them.
I
don't
think
know
so.
why.
You know, like
Wait,
finances.
West Ham
You
was
understand?
cheating also.
Wait, and then there's someone in the Premier League.
Currently.
Someone who used to be a good, successful team and is a flop now?
Or
What?
someone who's not handling money well. I forgot.
Fulham.
Currently in the Premier League. Right?
Fulham.
Last season or this season.
Fulham.
Are Fulham not handling money?
Wow.
They
They're not
didn't.
bad. Someone's
they
like,
just made bad
someone's in
signings.
like
Did they?
debt.
Were they like really bad?
Wasn't it Portsmouth?
Yeah, Portsmouth. were
Portsmouth
really,
as well. You understand? They weren't
Portsmouth.
they weren't
Bolton.
great,
Yeah, they were like
but they were like
mid-table,
the
They
always
were
mid-table for
a
like
Premier League team.
Who was that striker that played for them?
Jerome.
South African dude.
Yes.
South African dude.
South African.
Not Benny McCarthy.
Who's the most? Well, not the
No,
most
wait.
famous. I know. You're
Played
talking
for
about. They had a song. Isn't it?
no,
No,
that's
that's
not
Leeds,
everyone's
that's
team.
Leeds,
That's
that's
Centre
Leeds.
back.
He's in the
No,
back.
no.
I'm
I
talking
think
about
it's
a big
something-
guy. He is African though.
Are you
Fortune.
talking about Benjani Marwari?
Aye.
Whoa.
Look at what I'm doing.
I forgot that celebration. I know it, but I forgot
Zimbabwean
the
striker moved to Manchester City after that.
Fortune. Isn't it Fortune?
No.
guy.
Just
Justin
Man
Fortune,
United.
that's South African.
Yeah.
Was United as well.
No, don't bring him up if you don't know his name, because I'm gonna say his name and you do.
Oh, so you know.
Doesn't ring a bell. I'm like Benjani Marwari, Portsmouth
I
striker.
don't know.
Me, I remember Solomon
Let me
Sam.
Google it.
Remember him, left foot.
Are you talking about?
No, you're talking about Aaron Mokwena. ne?
I don't know who as a
No.
defender, dog. I said a striker. Let's leave this chat. It's not
I'm talking
important.
about
Okay,
Czech
bro.
strikers from Africa.
Jerome? Boateng?
Lualua.
Yeah, he was-
So
I don't know what he
guys,
said.
what
I
I'm
said
saying,
Jerome.
not Lualua, not
What
Marwari.
happened? But what happened now? Man just said Jerome. What happened?
Boateng, the striker at Portsmouth?
You're just throwing it out.
What did you
I
say?
just said that one striker that I think used to play for Portsmouth. He's now at Norwich. That one guy who just scored like a couple nice goals. And everyone thought he was good.
Is it Ranty?
Was he ever at Portsmouth?
Is it
I
Ranty?
don't know.
Randy
was at Birmingham.
Randy
I was
was
guessing.
Yeah, the Birmingham
No, no,
City.
no,
He scored one against me.
He
Boom.
was
Back
just
in the
fast.
PSL.
He was a Dama Traore, but slower and South African.
Yes, but-
Ball over the top. Ball over the top.
Okay, but in any case, these clubs look where they are now.
Yeah.
You understand?
Even the
What-
bigger clubs too. Like Tottenham sold Bale and didn't do anything with that.
They got
Liverpool,
Investments.
Liverpool
Yeah.
sold
Investments.
Suarez and.
I don't. No.
Who else?
Those are different cases.
How?
Liverpool was coming from a position where they were in debt. They almost went into administration. So those sales were going back to paying debt.
No, but they did sign
So-
players.
Yeah, you signed
They
players.
actually signed a couple of players, and those were the
Ricky
players. That's my
Lambert.
Could I just say what I'm saying? Yeah, you
listen,
sell
yeah.
Suarez for 70 mil and you replace him with Ricky Lambert or Balotelli, who
And
cost you 50
Markovic.
million less.
And Markovic and they signed more than just Lambert. It
Wait,
wasn't a
you know
direct-
from 2016
it
to
wasn't
the
a
day,
direct one, yeah?
2016 to this day, you know how much Liverpool has in the net spend?
No, I don't
Like,
know.
it's like 36 mil compared to like everybody else. It's way lower than all these other guys because of stuff like that. You sell people for more and you try to replace them with someone cheap so you can make profit because
Yeah.
you want to pay back that. So it's not a situation of mismanaging
Are
funds.
you saying they couldn't sign?
Shaqiri.
They weren't able to
They
replace
just
Suarez
didn't want to
with the
buy-
same
They could-
quality of
They
player.
just didn't
Yeah,
want to
because
buy-
you-
Based on the fact that they had debt. Is that what you're
Yeah,
saying?
because you had to
Oh,
pay
I
the
don't-
debt
I
back.
realized
Yeah,
that.
like
Okay, Tottenham was my example. I was thinking
yeah,
Tottenham.
but like Alonso for Aquilani, that's a better example.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a better example.
Sure.
Yeah, but in any case, so I feel like it also starts from the board managers and whatever.
Yeah.
How they handle these funds, because with these funds, you can also try investing. You don't always have to, like, bro. If you're Fulham, for example, you understand. You know you're gonna be fighting for relegation. You understand?
Yeah.
You don't have.
Fighting for survival.
You're gonna be fighting. You can't spend 100 million thinking you're gonna be a top 10.
But then
I
again,
don't
look what
know, I
happened to
don't know.
Wolves.
Yeah.
You can't necessarily.
Thing is, you
But
can't
that's
guarantee
They
it.
were
That's
hoping.
different
Wolves is a
because,
special case, bro.
Wolves
Look
cheated.
at
Both their team in the championship.
By
Yeah, yeah.
They had
But
that.
that's why so Fulham were hoping to do that.
You think signing Shirley, signing players?
You think that, yeah, it
What?
might not be the best,
That
but
sounds
then
like a guarantee at least stay up.
like they would help you stay up, and then
Yeah.
you'd be able to build on it.
Everybody thought that they were at least the most likely. I think that they were the most likely projected to stay up.
Yeah, Barca
thought
was
Wolves-
supposed to sign Seri.
Dog Seri, bro. How did they pull that off?
He's trash now.
And Gisa, that man went to a Europa League
Yeah.
final.
I'm saying if you see Fulham coming up and they're making all of these signings, okay, yeah, they got Patricio and Moutinho, but they're not like, ooh, you know what I'm saying?
What Wolves?
Yeah, Wolves.
Wolves didn't just get those, dog. They also got Jota. They got
Jimenez.
And as you said, they were
But
building on
Johnny-
what happened in
In
the
the
Donker.
championship,
Yeah.
they had a team. Fulham had people who they're like, yeah, come play. Let's win something. You
It
know
was
what
like
I'm
the
saying?
Galacticos.
Yeah, they didn't
Yeah,
even match
yeah.
it with.
If you put it like,
Didn't they change the whole style of play?
Bruh.
They didn't match the manager with the philosophy of the. There was no
They
philosophy.
didn't have
of the
philosophy.
club.
The players were
Yeah,
playing
that's-
different
that's
types of
So
football.
yeah, that's what money can do.
You have
But you know,
Mitrovic and Seri.
as much as we give them stick, these Man United guys have a proper, as much as they spend the money they have wrong. No, I'm on your side. I'm saying
I'm just wondering where this is going because this is weird.
they're good
for
at
me.
making money. They're very good at making
Yeah,
money.
the best. Eh?
You're gonna go
Marketing.
you're gonna go get a toothpaste sponsor. No one is thinking about getting a toothpaste sponsor. You there, Aqua Fresh.
No, that's Man City. Tinder.
I meant
Everton. Angry Birds.
Yeah, and
Yeah, 'cause they
how many
look for
sponsors
leaders.
does Man
You gotta
United
do
have?
what you gotta do.
Everybody else, Tinder, Angry Birds, everybody else, Man United. It's like it's crazy. Those guys are really good at stuff like that.
Not those guys. It's Ed.
Yeah, it is.
But
It
that
is.
man is trash at transfer
That's
negotiations.
why I say
Because
every
you know he was
sports
is
director.
a business-minded person.
Yeah, it's
like
so
Marina.
that's why
Marina
you
does the
need
same thing.
that's why you need a
Sports director.
person who knows
Rio.
football, who cares about football.
Rio. He
I
cares
heard you
about
guys
the
were getting Darren Fletcher.
That's good.
That's
something-
fine. I'll
that's
take
something-
it.
that's
I'll
something
That's a
take
football
it.
mind.
That
Yeah.
man seems like a very sensible bloke. I
Yeah,
will
that's good
take
because
it.
now if you look at these clubs, for example, like clubs, example like Chelsea, they're trying to incorporate football mind into the business. You understand?
Yeah,
Whereas
that's
versus like most of these big clubs are just thinking about business, right? And that's good that they're trying to look at like Daniel Fletcher because Chelsea look at they have like
Let him
you
play
know,
with
something to start.
Darren Fletcher.
Darren, wait.
Daniel Fletcher.
Mistake. So tough. Like look, like Chelsea have like these guys.
Not yet. We're trying to get them in.
What do you mean?
We
not yet?
currently don't have anybody.
We do, bruh.
Marina
No,
makes the
no.
decisions.
Bruh, we
Marina-
have. Let me tell you who we have
Who
on
do we
board. Ne? Didier Drogba. Ne?
Not yet.
Bruh, I'm telling you, bruh.
Not
He's
yet.
not a sporting director.
But has he joined the
He's.
club yet?
He's.
That-
I'll
isn't
show
that
you. I'll
happening?
show you. I'll show you. I'll show
I
you the
know they're
article.
looking at
I'll show
it
you the
to check.
article.
Okay.
We have Joe Cole. We have.
The youth team, yeah. Isn't Ashley not there yet?
It's not there yet because he's still playing. Uh,
Derby. We'll get
we
to
have
that.
we have
We're
Ishbra.
looking at Petr
We have
coming in.
Essien, Michael Ballack.
He's not. Balak's not in
Bruh,
yet.
I'll show you the
I'll
article.
have. I'll look
So
at it.
long story short, Chelsea don't know what the fuck's happening.
Is that what you
Bruh,
got
Chelsea
out
don't
of
know what's
this?
happening in their club.
Is that what you got out of this, bruh?
When, I don't know. I'm trying to
here.
follow you guys, bro.
No, but I'm trying to.
Sorry, I'm not
No,
joking. You say a
fine.
sentence, he's like, no, not him, but name. Just
Yeah,
speak.
man,
Yeah,
so
it's,
man,
called it's called a conversation. I don't know.
Aye, that's called an
and then
argument.
he has
And
it, and then he'll correct me, and I'll go, yeah, okay, cool, and we'll look it up later. That's fine. That's allowed. That's fully allowed.
Aye,
Okay, yeah,
guys,
we
I'm
can move
sorry,
on to
man.
the
It's
next
allowed.
thing.
But
It's
his
not
his whole point was
Yeah.
that every team doesn't just need to focus on their the financial aspect. You also need somebody with a football brain making the football decisions, and that's
Yeah.
part of the reason why some of the teams have failed when it comes to signing the right players, especially when having to replace somebody.
I heard someone say Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole yesterday made a yesterday made a fantastic block late in the game as Derby County, overcame their first leg defeat against Leeds, and now we have a championship playoff final.
So,
Frankie.
first off in the playoffs, Aston Villa, West Brom.
Penalties. Steer a hero. I didn't watch them. I just saw a headline,
Did Tammy score?
He scored the
He
winning
scored-
penalty.
Wham bam. Tammy
and they scored in the
Abraham.
first leg as well.
Tammy, please play at Chelsea next season.
They don't like you.
They don't.
trust
They
you.
don't. Chelsea don't appreciate. Not you guys. Chelsea don't
Yeah.
appreciate those players.
Of course, yeah, we know that.
And
So-
Axel. Woo.
Axel Witsel. No, hey,
Wait,
wrong one.
Xavier.
Axel Twanzebe. Axel Witsel. He can come to United as well. We need a good.
I don't trust people with afros anymore, bro.
Then he doesn't even have one anymore. He's not part of that group.
Yeah,
right?
he doesn't count.
Can't
Still,
count him
I've been
part of
hurt,
that.
bro.
I trust players with afros now.
And that man was so clutch for you guys. I can't believe how you disrespect him like this.
He
As much
actually
as he was a cow.
At some
As
point,
much as
he
he was
was
a
your main guy.
The thing is, after all of
can't
this,
get
and
this
he scored
conversation.
like 7 goals for United or
7
something like
Very
that.
important.
Yeah, I won't deny that. But let's not turn the championship playoffs into a conversation about Fellaini. Championship playoffs. Axel Twanzebe. Nice.
Shout out to the man.
There we go. We're back on track.
Guys, Frank Lampard is going to be a very great manager. This is someone who's in his first season.
Yeah.
His first season. He was able to make the kind of changes that could influence the game that they were losing into a winning effort.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
working with younger players. He's
He's
just
perfect. Yeah.
yeah, and this man seems to know what he's
Super
doing.
friend.
And Leeds.
Bielsa, I'm just upset for Bielsa because that's like
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
bottled
Top
it. They
manager.
bottled it really hard.
yeah,
Can
Do you
I?
think he's gonna stay?
yeah,
He said if they offer
they
him,
offer him-
he'll listen.
Yeah, that's why.
yeah. But who's going to offer? You guys could have offered. I mean,
no, you
No, he
said
said
if
if
Leeds.
If Leeds
Oh,
offer for him,
okay.
he'll listen.
Okay, yeah. I thought you meant someone else. My
No.
bad.
Can I ask? Because like I was thinking about this with Axel, right? When like you have this player who's probably gonna come up to the Prem, and you know he's good enough to come into your team in a position where you probably need him, right?
Into the team that's getting promoted? That
No,
he's
no,
getting
no,
promoted
like,
with? Or
like for Axel could walk
yeah,
into
because
our team.
he's
and-
part of Solskjaer's plans, apparently.
Yeah, and Tammy could walk into yours, right? Would you prefer to have this guy come back now and like, yeah, go in and then first season in the Prem do your stuff, or my opinion or what I would prefer is to see like Axel play in the Prem with Villa
Oh,
and
I see what
fight.
you
You
mean.
see what I'm saying?
Same with
Get into
Mason
Villa.
Mount. Should Mason
It's
Mount
the loan
return
system.
to
Yeah, yeah,
Loan army.
yeah. Because like you made it there now, right? Play in that team, get some experience.
It depends on the team, I'd say.
It depends
No,
on the
but
team
depends
and
on
the
the situation.
player,
Like Derby
how much
is,
they're needed.
Derby is a good place to go and play if
Yeah.
you're going to be a Premier League team with Lampard. I don't know about the other teams I haven't been following them. It all depends.
I don't or like the manager or the team itself. Because I feel like Villa are a good team. I feel like Villa
Yeah,
will stay
that's
up.
it.
And
You
then
get
John
what I'm saying?
Terry, he's
Yeah.
the assistant coach.
So JT against Lampard.
Yep, it's happening.
Okay, so I see
Team
what you
Lampard.
said.
Yeah.
So the
Would you-
situation for me,
Keep or
I
I
would
think-
take them.
I think
because
it just depends on the
I
player,
have to agree.
how
Yeah.
they can fit into your squad as
Yeah.
well. Because for like just an example, Twanzebe, I'd take him back. We have Cox centre backs, terrible, disgusting.
Yeah.
He's a young player, so it's fine. He can grow into it, but we don't need Dean Henderson back yet. We
Yeah,
still
that makes
have
sense.
backup keepers, so he should be a keeper, play there. So I think it depends all on the player.
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah, because like for example, adding on to his point,
Yeah.
if you look at the players that we sent out on loan,
Which ones?
I was about to finish. that are coming back to the Premier League.
Yeah.
You see,
Yeah.
like okay, except for James, he's James.
Mason,
Mason
Tomori.
and Tamore and Tammy.
Tammy.
Right, those three players. I'll take two. Because if you look at it, right, I'd take Tammy because Higuain, he's not staying.
Is that confirmed?
Yeah,
No.
right, it's confirmed. Watch.
No.
Because I don't know. Okay,
is
so
not
it's okay. So
confirmed.
it's not confirmed.
Trust me.
Yes. Okay. Hold on.
No, but
It's
the
not
point, the fact
confirmed.
Is
It
it's
is-
not confirmed. However, you
I heard it on the
Yeah.
radio, so it's confirmed.
It's confirmed. That's what it's
I don't
I also
believe
saw that. I saw that they don't want him to say.
I
So
don't
that's
know.
why.
I don't believe the
yeah,
radio.
no, last week was something
Kanye said don't.
Okay,
Kanye
guys.
said
Hey,
don't.
hey,
Kanye
hey,
said
Can we?
these things after here.
Yeah,
Like,
I will look at it.
okay, look. Now,
So hold on. Just can I say, Have you seen that it is confirmed, or you just believe it's confirmed? Like in the beginning of the season when you were finishing top 4, it happened, but it
Alice
wasn't
Mann is
confirmed.
delusional,
Is it
yeah.
confirmed?
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Guys, I
But I
think
know
it's
my
confirmed.
sources, guys. I know how to see it.
My source is the radio.
Guys,
Okay, oh wait,
Trust me.
so you heard it here first, baby.
That's tough.
No.
You didn't even have a radio at your crib, bro. How did you hear the radio?
I have a radio app on my phone. Everybody
Guys, who
does.
wants his
I'm
tough?
sorry, Spoo.
look, Higuain is leaving. Giroud's getting old. We always need 2 strikers. Tammy can be second choice
Wham bam.
to either Giroud or Batshuayi or whoever if we sign a strike. Because he's still young and he's proven himself. Listen to me. He's proven himself in the championship twice.
Double.
In different seasons.
With a Prem season in between.
And a Prem season in between.
Yeah.
No. Okay, yeah. First,
Championship
under Gus Headache, 5 games, scored 2 goals. Just saying, in the Premier League. Just saying. Okay, but that's not important. What I'm saying is like, he can't fill up the hole, you understand?
Yeah.
Because of the circumstances, bro. You understand? And then, if you look at like Mason Mount, he can come back into the team because, example, Kovacic.
So Ross Barkley for
Kovacic
that man.
is leaving because it's
Danny
not a permanent
Drinkwater
deal.
is
But he
Danny
can,
Drinkwater
they
is
can
leaving.
sign Kovacic.
There was no option to buy.
No, there
They
was an
can
option
still
to buy,
sign.
and there was an option to.
The only
And
option
even
to
if
buy.
we get the transfer ban, he's already registered, so we could.
You can keep him.
Okay, so because I remember reading saying something, maybe it was earlier on,
Yeah.
before there was clarity.
Yeah.
I remember reading things saying that if he doesn't have an option to buy, you can't buy him during the ban. Does that make sense? Because
Yeah,
the
but I'm
loan is,
but I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
that
more
you can
recently
get him.
I've seen something.
Yeah.
That says we can.
I'll trust you guys.
I'm pretty sure, but I'm not saying it's confirmed.
I'm confirmed.
So you'd have.
So I'm saying Mason Mount can fill in that role because we can sell Ross Barkley because we have already 2 midfielders who can. Okay, but you understand,
Yeah.
it depends on circumstances, bro. Because for example, if you were to ask me if you probably don't know him, Scott Brown is a youth player, whatever, or who's that guy, Atalanta,
Pasalic.
Pasalic, like okay, he wants him back in the club. I'm like, no, but he's not gonna replace Hazard, you know.
Well,
I'll
anyone
give you
might
example.
replace Hazard if he's gone.
Yeah.
Nah,
We have the chosen one.
no man, you see how it's replace him in terms of like
chosen one
come
is
there and
key.
Yeah, and do his same job. No one's
Yeah,
gonna
we
replace
mustn't settle
Hazard.
for less. Yeah, you know.
You have to get like a Neymar, Mbappe, someone.
No,
Yes,
but we don't
but
get
then-
them like here.
No, that's what I'm saying.
We get them-
I'm talking about replacing Hazard. No one's gonna just come in and replace Hazard.
Wait, which ones are you talking about when you say we get them?
Hazard.
Hazard, for example. We got
Did
him
you
maybe
get
got
this?
him.
Look at him.
Guys, please be honest. When you're getting- wait, let me tell you. Let me just say, when you're getting Eden Hazard, it wasn't like Dortmund signing Sancho. This is.
Yeah.
It
I'm
was
not
like
saying
it was
Brian-
like it was like
European
It's like if
wonder
someone
kid.
signs
No,
Sancho
it's
now.
like, no, it's like
if someone signs Sancho
it's
now.
example is like signing let's see
Pulisic.
James Madison or Pulisic.
Pulisic. It's
No,
like
but
signing
there's not
Pulisic.
enough
You-
hype.
He's saying it's like signing
Everybody
Sancho
was
now.
licking for
Yeah,
Hazard.
don't say
bruh.
Pulisic because Pulisic is not
He's not.
that level. The level that Hazard was at that time. When Hazard was 17 years old, Liverpool had to face them. I'm saying this because I know I was there.
Yeah, it's okay.
We had to face them in the Europa.
Disagree, yeah.
He was injured, and we were celebrating.
It's like Jovic.
A 17-year-old is not going to play against us. Whoa.
Yeah, it's like
So,
Jovic.
that's not Pulisic. No one was ever like.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, so I'm saying when
I'll
Hazard
check
and when
for
you
that.
were
It's like
signing him,
Jovic.
it was like 3 years later. He had reached that level now. He
Yeah,
had to
because he
make
was
a
playing
move.
at Lille,
Same
so
thing
it's
with
like getting
dog.
ready
It's the
to
same
get
thing as
some-
Barcelona saying they got Neymar when he was.
Nah, bruh,
It
it's
is.
not. Hazard Neymar.
this-
Come on, there was never the same hype.
come on,
I disagree.
come on.
It's not-
Are you
okay,
guys
let's-
being serious? Do you know
Neymar
what-
was the next Pele.
Okay, that's not the same. You know,
Next
like-
Ronaldinho.
And what was
Yeah,
Hazard?
but-
And what was Hazard?
What was
There was no hype. I'm saying.
There was
the
no
level of
hype with Hazard.
There was
No,
hype.
There was hype. I'm saying the level of
every
hype.
year.
The level of hype of Neymar and Hazard.
Yeah, okay, don't get
Yeah.
don't get
No,
caught up. Don't
but
get
it's
caught
a
up in
lot
the
closer
Neymar
than
comparison.
Pulisic.
Don't get
It's
caught
a
up in
lot closer
Neymar.
than
Don't
Pulisic.
get
How
caught
can
up in
you?
Neymar. Bro, he's still
Are you
saying
guys
his hype
serious?
was there.
Neymar's
His hype
closer than
was there.
Pulisic than
there's
I mean,
levels to
Hazard is
hype.
closer to
Okay,
Pulisic
okay.
than Neymar
If
too.
this is
Yeah,
Neymar,
I'd
this
say
is
so.
Hazard.
Bro. I'd say so. Yeah, bro.
Ah.
I'm saying so.
What did he say?
He's saying that.
The hype that was there for Neymar and the hype that was there for Pulisic. You're telling me Hazard was closer to Pulisic than Neymar?
Yeah.
Yes.
Big.
Were you guys there?
Yes.
How old were you then? Wait, how old were you then?
Yeah.
I was there.
Going full grandfather.
No. I think.
How old
I
were you in
think.
France?
I think I need to ask. I think I really need to ask. I think I really need to ask. Because if you were there, present, and seeing what was happening, this was the guy who was being talked about. It was like You know, 30 mil, and you spent 30 mil back then. It wasn't like 30 mil now.
Yeah, you spend
It
20
was-
million on a top player.
Yeah, and now
It's like,
you're talking about spending 30,
it's
and
like
then it
spending
was
50 million on Raido. Who's that kid? Brazil, Rodrigo.
not even 50 now.
I'm making
Think of it like
example.
60, 65
Also,
now. It's. No, I'm saying that time when Chelsea was spending that amount of money, and it wasn't like a situation where Hazard no one knows about him. It was a situation where only the top club can get him. Only the top club. It looked like it was going to be either Man United or Man City, because Man City could afford him, and Man United was the top club. That's how it was looking at the time.
Was
I'm sorry, man. But anyway, Hazard in 2012 cannot be compared to Pulisic in 2019. That was
No,
levels.
and that's I said I
Way
retracted that.
ahead.
You made
Yeah.
your point, and I
He was
agreed
the
with
best
that.
player.
I retracted that, and I said it. We then compare it to the Neymar, and we say
Yeah.
it's closer to Pulisic than it is to Neymar. If you're talking about hype on Eden Hazard, he's in fact throughout his whole career he's never had hype.
It's
Nobody's
not
ever.
about the word is wrong. Take away the word
when I'm
hype.
saying when
Yeah,
I
don't
compare
take away the
him
word
to
hype.
the likes of Neymar or whoever, Hazard isn't somebody that even as a Galactico he wouldn't be number one if you're looking at the entire list of. Nobody's ever considered him to be probably because he doesn't score as many goals because stylistically he's different in that way. But when you talk about hype, Hazard is not somebody that provokes as much hype as his talent, equal to his talent perhaps.
Okay,
I think it was a different
He was
type of hype. It was
Yeah.
just like a low level
That-
hype
that's
for
what I'm
Neymar.
saying.
But just because that man he had more skill in goal compilations on
And that's
YouTube,
his-
just because he has
that's
more
literally what
flair.
I'm saying.
But that's
I
not.
think that's
so-
where-
That's
that's-
not.
that's the
Hold
whole
on, but that's
topic.
not. That's not what we're arguing.
Yeah,
We're
that's
arguing the
not what we're
quality of the
arguing.
player, basically, at the time.
This
No,
man
no,
saying he
what
was
was
here.
hype?
That man is saying he was here.
Yeah, you
Because
guys are saying
who-
when you got
who
Hazard, he
was
was here, like he was a
signed-
kid,
No.
and you
Whose
groomed
point
him.
was that he was here.
Yeah, and
That's
I'm
what he
saying-
said. We signed him when he was
Like
here.
when he was here.
Yeah.
And that's when I
he
said.
wasn't.
That's when I said it's the same thing as
Wait,
saying
wait,
the
wait,
Barcelona
wait,
Neymar.
wait,
Wait, wasn't.
He wasn't. This man's face.
He was
Look
like
at this
22.
man's face.
Yeah, the
Dog,
thing is-
this doesn't mean age. This doesn't mean hype. What you're saying is we bought this
His
player.
ability.
We groomed
Yeah,
him.
his ability.
We groomed
Yeah.
him and we made him. I'm saying, bro. Yes, he'll grow because he's young, right?
Yeah.
But if you're signing the Ligt now, he's not here.
Yeah, it's you can't say we saying him here.
Gents.
Dirty
You know what it's
Frankie.
like? You know what it's like? Can I make an example now? You know what it's like? Let me make an example now.
Yeah.
It's like let's look at
I spool.
Guys,
Just look at-
wait, let me just say, whatever you say, I'm not going to believe it. Because I can tell already you're about to cap.
See that?
You're about to cap.
Listen,
Shot it like-
listen,
shot it like
we
the
all
eyes.
saw it. We all saw it. Let's just listen. There's a specific look in his eyes.
Respect us.
But let's just listen.
Okay, no, you know what I'm saying, bro. I was like, Hazard, ne? He was good, ne? but listen, kids. But it wasn't like, hey, yo, you are in the top 4 or 5 of Galactico youngsters.
And
in
that's
the
It
a
was
world.
fact.
exactly like that. He was
That's a
probably
fact.
number 1.
That's so
He
Don't
was
get
not
caught up
number-
in his. Don't let him
That's
take
so
you into his
cap.
world. Don't let him take you into
That
his world.
is so
He's
what I'm
wrong.
saying. So,
Your
okay,
original
now,
point
can I
is
finish?
wrong.
Can I finish? Can I finish?
Oh, wait.
Yeah, we're not
You know
there.
what- you know what
That's
the
not the
situation was
standard.
like?
That's not
You know
the
what the
standard.
situation
Yeah.
was like? And then the situation was like, you know why, even because if you look at probably the Galactico signing kids or whatever, because
let me say what he said.
because look, because if you look at those players, why they were considered Galacticos of their age is because end product dog Hazard never had the end product.
No,
Hazard,
that's a fact.
You guys are talking about the player of the year in the French league.
That's a fact.
And you're saying people didn't think he was good.
No, gents. No,
No, but
not
you
like
guys-
that. Not
you
like
guys-
that.
everybody think he was a Galactico.
I'm saying Hazard was considered good. He was not considered accomplished, finished. We want you now. Like
That's not what
whatever.
we said. Can I?
No,
But that's not.
I'm
Okay, so
saying-
you're saying that
Can I finish
when,
first?
but you're saying when.
We didn't sign the finished article.
Yes, so but you're saying he was much less of a finished article when you bought him than Neymar was of a finished article when
Neymar was
Barcelona
bought
bought
earlier.
him.
So
So
look,
that couldn't
gents.
be possible.
So look.
Only based on
I'm
things.
asking a
So
question.
look.
Nah, I'm answering.
So
You're
it's like
not.
buying Osman Dembele.
You said the question
You know
doesn't
his
work.
potential, but he's not the finished product, dog. He's not top 5 or whatever
Yes,
players at his
he
age.
was. That is exact. That is the wrong thing that you, bro. Listen,
I'm
Even
you
Hazard
guys
was
are making
better
it-
when you bought him than Dembele was.
Yes,
in
and
Barcelona.
Dembele
I'm making an
was hype.
example, bro. At this in this
Okay, dog,
situation,
look.
Dembele is really good, gents.
You guys think that you are what Juventus did when they bought Pogba.
Yeah.
You see what that? Dog, you see when Juventus bought Pogba?
Yeah.
That's what you think.
Yeah,
you
that's
did.
what you think
You
it is.
didn't do that.
That's not what you did.
You didn't do that. You bought the Ligt. You bought the guy who's gonna grow, not because he has to develop as a player, but because he's young. and there's a long way for him to go. You understand what I'm saying? You didn't groom him and make him that guy. He was gonna be
He was
that
going to
guy.
grow,
You saw it,
regardless.
and then you're
Yeah,
like,
regardless.
don't take the credit for
You
it.
really think so?
So
Yes.
Deadass.
Do you know who
Because,
it is?
because,
I
someone,
think- I
because
think-
someone else was gonna do it if you didn't.
There we go.
I think that's a lie. You know why? Legends. Because if you look at the situation, like if Hazard were to go to Real Madrid, he was not gonna be liked or whatever. Because why? Real Madrid, if you look at like Ronaldo and Bale, those guys, they finish, they whatever. Do you think Hazard was gonna be like, hey, you're supposed to be free and do your things? We're gonna complain about you because you don't score or whatever.
Okay, but Spoo, that's
yes.
but
Because
Spoo,
when they're
that's
signing
also
Bale, they're signing someone who scores.
but Spoo, that's also a bit different because then that's not them. That's them doing something bad, not them just letting him be. I would say if any other club that didn't ruin him was gonna happen, it was gonna happen. So if he didn't go and bench against Ronaldo every single week, then it was gonna happen.
And also, this man is walking into a club, right? He's not walking in to be a youth prospect.
Yeah.
He's walking in to be a
He was
talisman.
going to be the guy.
He
So
is
why
the
are
guy
you
when he
claiming
walked in.
That's
That's true.
Yes,
Yeah.
he walked in to
Yeah.
be the man.
Yeah,
Why are
that's
you
true.
claiming that?
That's true.
He was here. He
wasn't
Yeah,
here?
that's
Brought
true.
him and he was
I'm
there.
not, but gents, he was here. Gents.
Guys,
Okay, hold on.
I think
What
you
does
guys
it
don't
mean?
understand what
Because-
this
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yes,
In what
yeah.
aspect? What is
Is that about
here?
his age?
What is
Yeah,
here?
when he was a kid, and he wasn't like, yo, you are a finished product.
Okay, so what you're saying is
So,
We're not
so
necessarily-
Barcelona should take credit for Frankie de Jong in 7 years.
No, we're not necessarily taking. I'm not necessarily. That might be a different discussion. I'm not necessarily
Yeah,
taking credit for the fact that Hazard is where he is. I would imagine, like you said, unless somebody bottlenecked him, he would have
yeah.
gone there anyway. But my point being, we didn't sign Hazard, the Hazard that he is today.
Yeah, but what do you mean he was here?
Yeah,
He's
that's
not
what I
saying
want to
he
know.
is.
Product.
So that's
Yes, but
simple.
Spoo,
So I'm asking about Frankie de
The
Jong.
same as De Jong.
But
So
Barcelona,
Barcelona should claim that they signed him when he was here.
Yes.
Because
Not
he's gonna
because
be
they're making him.
greater.
Not,
Okay, but
not because
Spoo-
they're
only if
making
he's
him
greater.
better.
Only if
Okay,
he's
but
greater.
Spoo,
Not
here,
the
this is a really bad
Yeah,
example
this is
because this
really-
makes it
doesn't
sound
mean
like you're
anything.
getting a young
Oh, so now you
player.
try me, so because you didn't. You're
No,
you're
it's
admitting
because
that I'm right.
What are
no,
you
it's
talking
because
about?
Spoo,
What are you
what you're
right
saying
about?
is whatever you're saying doesn't make any sense. This here is a different thing for all of us.
And the point is, right, if we were
What
to
do you
ask
say?
him now,
That's why I
if we
made
were
a
to
point
ask him,
to
what does
explain
what
what I
does
Because
meant
we
by
thought
here.
this is obviously like this
It
is
wasn't
a
the
young
original
player.
thing that he
And,
meant.
Yeah,
Because we want-
I've just made the point, but what I meant by here. That's where we should have started.
Yeah, that's what we should have started.
And we have now. And now that we have,
Because
I'm saying,
now-
based off that,
You should have started.
based
so-
off that was my point. That not that we take credit for how good he became. He was probably going to be that anyway. But we didn't sign. We signed him at
Yeah. Okay, so let's
level
say
50.
this is
Level
here.
Another thing
100.
So
is
Spoo,
like-
I'm just saying, you signed
this is
player of the
here.
year.
How do you describe young players that are worse than this? Because usually that's what you were saying for young
because
players that
this
are
is
like.
age, this is age, right?
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
he's
it is
here,
age.
right?
This is
If he's
age
here,
development.
this was Pogba when Juventus signed him.
So how are you? Because this was.
What
That
is
was-
your standard, bro?
That's
Where's-
because he's young. But that's also because he was younger, was he not?
No, he was
Gents,
20 when
look
he
at-
went to
look, so what
Juventus.
I'm also trying to say is like,
How old was Hazard
so
when he went
gents,
to Juventus?
so
Hazard
gents,
wasn't.
Was he 22?
How old is
The way
he?
it meant to
22,
talking.
22. So what I'm also trying to
So
say,
does
like-
that mean
like-
Pogba was here? What is this?
No,
My
so
thing that I don't
what is the
understand is-
criteria
Take
for
age
being
out of
here?
it. Take the age
Yeah.
out of it.
So
Okay,
what
so
I'm
if you
saying
take
is
the
like,
age out of it,
if-
so what did you mean when you
if,
said?
if also you sign these players, nah, what, especially at Chelsea, what is the likelihood of these players being great or filling up their potentials?
Very high if you're signing someone who is the best player in the French league. Over
Yeah, Shevchenko. No,
what is Shevchenko in the French league?
No,
The
I'm
best
making
player in the
example.
league. And
I'll just give
Shevchenko
example. He
was
was old,
top 3
away.
Ballon d'Or in his prime. Don't disrespect him just because he flopped when you signed him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yes,
Now
let's
let me
listen
tell
to
you
what you just
Yeah,
said.
so let me tell you what I'm saying. Let me tell you what I'm
Say-
saying. Let me tell you what I'm
say what you
saying.
just said.
I'm saying you sign a young player who's been the best player in his league, and it's a top 5 league.
Mutu.
Top 5 league.
And he wasn't playing at PSG.
He wasn't playing at the club.
Back when that league actually was a league.
Yeah, when it was
Yeah.
competitive.
Good
You know,
times.
he'd been the best player since he was a teenager. Now he's 22. You're spending money that to this day would still be a record signing for Premier League teams. It was a lot of money that you spent for him. You can't bring that guy and keep him on the bench. The likelihood of him succeeding at Chelsea was high because you signed him to be the guy.
Yeah.
I don't see how we argued against what you're saying. Right?
Because the
Because
thing
he's
is,
just asking the likelihood of him succeeding at Chelsea. So that's what I'm saying. The likelihood of Hazard specifically Not just a random 22-year-old.
So for
I'm
you,
still
So
open.
James-
So
so James,
when
I
Madrid
don't
signed
think-
Bale, was he here? When they signed Ronaldo, was he here?
Yeah, when they signed Ronaldo, was
here's the
Ronaldo here?
situation. Here's the situation.
Wait, was Ronaldo
Because
here?
age is
When
out of it, right?
so
Yeah,
hold on. Can
and
we
he
just
wasn't the
say
finished article. He
we
wasn't-
want to get there? Please
Ronaldo,
just
Cristiano Ronaldo.
hold on.
He wasn't.
Please just
He wasn't the
explain
Ronaldo
what
that
here
late.
is in depth because it doesn't make sense. What
It
is
doesn't
here?
matter.
Ronaldo-
We're gonna waste time because he's gonna change it to
Ronaldo-
something.
Ronaldo-
I said-
Ronaldo-
I said- I said
Hazard
not
was the
finished
best
product.
player as well. He
This
also
is
had
true.
awards.
Yeah, it's
So
a light
that's-
end,
so-
it's a finished product.
No, it
It's a
is.
light
Yeah,
end.
Ronaldo
so-
wasn't scoring.
Guys, so I'm
Very
asking.
well, scoring.
This is just any player, no matter what their level, that they are unfinished.
Young. and
Yes,
unfinished.
young and unfinished,
We
no
said
matter
it's
what
age
their
out of
level
it.
is. So James Garner is here. Whoever is in your youth
Paul Pogba
academy is here.
Was here.
You know what my
Marcus
point was?
Rashford is here.
You know what my
Dembele
point
is
was?
here.
You know what my point was?
That's why I'm
Look at-
asking.
My
look.
point was we didn't sign Suarez. We didn't sign Kane. We signed a. I'm trying to think of a good example.
You're not
Centre?
going to be able to.
No,
My
no,
whole,
no,
my
James,
whole
no.
point is we didn't sign somebody who was already doing it. And you guys are equating the fact that he was doing it in the French league as a young player to signing a
Example,
main
Memphis
player.
Depay.
Okay, but then you said that's worse than Neymar. Neymar was just doing it in Brazil.
And I don't
What's
think
the
you guys.
comparison?
I said what?
Yeah,
You said that that's not even
discredited
close to the
Neymar
level as
example.
Neymar, and you discarded that completely.
Yeah, you said it's closer to.
Hey,
I
Spoo,
said-
Spoo.
When I got
conversation.
back, that's literally what I said.
Closer to
Because
Neymar.
I've got nothing in this. I can literally take a step back, and I literally just said that. That was my whole point. That's not what I meant. I misspoke there. But my whole point was that we didn't sign somebody who's the best in the world, and you saying, oh, because
Yeah, you didn't sign someone who is the best
We
in
didn't-
their prime.
Yeah.
It's not like Barcelona signing Suarez from Liverpool. That's all I'm saying. That's literally what I'm saying. It's like Liverpool signing Suarez from Ajax. That's all I was saying. That's my
Can I-
that's my
can I
point
say-
from
and
the
then-
beginning.
Yeah, can I say?
I can't say
what
they
they're
signed
doing now?
Suarez and when he was this. I
You know
can't
what this
say
is?
that.
You know what this is,
Why?
bro? This is you guys started it off on this end of the spectrum where you're like, we signed him when he was here. Now the argument is we didn't sign him when he was here.
I'm just,
You get what I'm
well, I'm
saying?
just asking.
Before you
So
were saying he was
Yeah.
here.
You said-
I just
now-
want
now
to
you're saying he
clarify
wasn't
what this
here.
means to Spoo. So
Just
this,
start.
That's let him
describe it
Yeah,
more
I'm saying-
because it doesn't make sense.
He's young and unfinished.
So
And this, nah, we helped him become here.
yes.
Agreed.
So this means any young and unfinished player, no matter what
That you
level
signed,
that they.
that you signed.
Yeah.
Not just anyone. You can't just
Okay,
say
okay.
that
That
you
you
sign.
sign,
That
yeah.
you sign. That you sign. As in anyone is only everyone is always
Everybody
here.
from
always
everybody
everyone
is
is here.
18. Everybody.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah,
That
and
you
you saying
sign.
who gets signed by a
Don't
a
just
team.
name someone J. You can't. I can't name, for example, Tamore. I'm just saying. He just a youth
So,
product.
but that's what I'm saying,
We did,
that-
not, we did not spend.
So that's
we
why.
signed
Here's an
a
example.
player.
Here's an example.
And in that
Memphis-
position.
So I'm saying we helped him become better. That was my initial whatever. He was here. We helped him become here.
Can I just
Whatever.
ask a
He's gonna be
question?
here. So because I'm saying it's not always likely for those players to succeed. Bro, like example, Memphis Depay.
Yeah, but
Well,
Spoo, you
he's the
just said
marquee
you.
signing.
But Spoo, you can't say that he was. So
Which
yes,
is not.
Hazard
Hazard
was
was not.
here.
This
So
is
Spoo,
not the marquee.
Spoo,
I think
Hazard.
so. I'm saying he was.
Guys,
That's
please.
what I'm saying. I'm saying Memphis was not.
Spoo. So what you're
You're
saying
looking at me
is.
like I'm saying something dumb. But think about it. When you sign Eden Hazard, it's not the same thing as when Man United signed Memphis
Do you
Depay.
think
You
so?
know, it's the
I'm
same
saying
as
it's not.
Usher and Luke Shaw.
What do you mean? Do I think so? And I'm telling you, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Luke Shaw and Eden Hazard were on. That's the same level-ish for me, right? Luke Shaw, 18 years of age,
Yeah.
highest price for a defender. He is the guy,
Young,
right?
most
We're looking at
expensive ever teenager.
I
Oh,
think the
wait.
points we made a long time ago. I think your point maybe is that
No, the thing
we
is-
What
didn't
was
sign-
your point? It's maybe
no, I
no.
think his point was that Hazard would have become what he was because of who we signed. We didn't sign anybody. We signed somebody who was heading in that direction regardless.
And he was
And I
already-
suppose Spoo was saying that for us to sign him, that makes part of that that makes part of that have to have been our responsibility. He
Could I-
became that
could I check
through
something real quick?
us signing him, even
Yeah.
though if anybody else signed him, that could have been the same thing.
Wait.
So Spoo, hold on. I still don't understand your argument for this at all. No, yeah, it's an argument. So Spoo,
Are you seeing this? This is my point. Eden Hazard's rating when he just joined FIFA. I mean, in FIFA when he just joined Chelsea.
17.
78. 88.
88.
You were signing a world
No, 87, 88, 88 in
Can you really say
You're
we're
signing
signing
a
a
world
world beater? Let's be
Yes.
realistic.
Okay,
We were
hold on.
signing a
It's
world
not just
beater.
me.
Memphis Apparel is also world beater.
Okay,
Oh,
Spoon.
when Memphis was a world beater. I'm just going to do this because
I'm using FIFA now.
I don't know. I
FIFA.
can tell you now.
It's just
78. I can tell you now.
He's rating.
But the
Using
thing
FIFA
is-
ratings, bro.
You honestly,
you know the
can
reason
you
why I'm
actually-
doing
can you
FIFA
actually
doesn't just
admit
give
that
a
we
random
signed a
hack.
world
Yeah.
beater?
No, but you signed
what's your point,
arguably
you don't
world-class young player.
What's your
I'm
point?
World
saying
class,
when
yeah.
you're signing someone
Yes.
who's world class, you can't describe someone who's world class as this just
We
because they
signed
were
a
young.
world class Eden Hazard.
Yes, he wasn't he already?
Away
That's why I'm
agents,
saying
away
world-class player
agents,
when he
away
got
agents,
there.
away
He was a world-class
agents,
player.
away agents, away. It's not.
Do you think what you think Eden Hazard when he came through was trash?
I'm not saying it was
Oh, he
trash.
he was not.
I'm saying
Yeah, he still had room to grow and
still
has
had room
grown
to
since
grow,
he'd been
yes.
there.
yeah.
Let's say this.
what-
The amount of
Because-
Growing from 88 to 93 is not
It
the
was not
same.
88. This isn't FIFA. Let's stop
No, I'm
playing
just saying
about
there's a
that.
reason why they rated him this. I know it's not FIFA.
It's not that
It's not
it's
FIFA.
just it means something.
Liverpool signs Marco Grujic. You don't give Grujic a rating of 88. You try to give him something that's closer to what he actually is.
Yeah.
So even if he was an 86 or an 85, you're not signing someone who's 75.
No, what I'm saying
and
is
when
I
you
don't
say
think he was
this,
that.
Yeah.
what do you think he was then?
No, but if you talk
Give him a rating.
Let me
Give him a FIFA
That's
type
exactly
rating.
what I'm about to do. If you let me. Even if at the beginning when we did sign him, he wasn't like you said a world beat. He wasn't that. He wasn't the best player. Because you can't translate.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, that's world class.
Because when you sign a player from below who's a young player who's doing well in the French league, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to translate. We've
Yeah.
seen that happen lots of times. So when my point being, if you sign a player like Suarez, when Barcelona signed Suarez, you knew that's going to translate. The whole point was you signed him because it will translate.
You
No.
can't guarantee that with every
Lukaku-
signing.
No, Torres. Take it close to home.
Yeah, Torres,
Guys, you use
Shevchenko.
I was saying this all the time. Why are
Yes.
you now using against me?
No, the only thing
We're
that
not
I'm
using
saying
against
is,
you.
it's
You're not
not
talking right now.
It's
No,
not
no,
necessary. It's not-
we're in the same argument.
not
me and this
necessary.
guy.
I don't
Then
think
how
you
is
guys
it
are
come
on the
back
same
to
page.
It's not
using the same
necessarily
one?
going to translate.
Okay,
That's
guys,
my
I
only
think
point.
we'll understand. I think we'll understand. Chelsea did put effort in, and it was necessary, but it was very little, not as much as they're making it seem, or as much as you think that they're making it seem.
Okay.
Right? Chelsea did have a hand in it, but Hazard was always going to be amazing.
Nobody's
There we go.
literally
Okay.
disagreed with that.
The only
Yeah,
reason
that's
that
what
I'm-
that's what I boiled it down to the most
All I've said
simple
was
Yeah.
his starting point was never a world beater. That's ridiculous.
Oh,
His starting point
that's
at Chelsea
ridiculous.
was a world class player, though.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you guys
No,
signed
he was
Hazard,
not.
you didn't sign
His
Pulisic.
first season, he was not
The
a world class player.
So hold on, was
What do we consider
what was
world-class?
Neymar when he went to Barcelona?
A prospect, somebody who seemed
Just
to
so
have a big Mbappe.
Neymar was a prospect.
Mbappe. Now you're signing somebody who's done something that you definitely feel will definitely translate.
Okay,
to
but
anything
that doesn't
best.
make okay. Hold on, because
So
you just said
PSG.
Mbappe. So he performed at Monaco, very
Yeah.
impressive. Won the league,
Yeah.
semifinals in the Champions League.
Yeah.
But they're just saying that Hazard was the player of the year in France.
Look at
So
his
you-
numbers.
so you
Look
got-
at his
so-
numbers.
so-
Look
yeah,
at
but-
Mbappe and
So you're
Hazard's
saying it's
numbers.
equivalent?
Yes,
You
but-
know Hazard to this day is not a numbers player.
I'm saying
This
this
is
Yeah,
his
so
first
that's what I'm
season when
saying.
he's
That's
been-
one
Yeah,
of the
but-
reasons why I think he was not a world beater.
But Spoo, the
Because-
thing is, that makes no sense what you're saying, because you're saying that numbers don't count, but numbers do count.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
when did I
the
say they don't count? I'm saying in order to be.
You just
in
said
order
they
to be a
don't
world
count.
beater,
With Hazard,
I would-
every time we talk about Hazard, everybody knows Hazard
Yeah,
is not the
yeah,
player
yeah,
you
I'm
go
done.
to. We want to talk about stats. and
Okay, so hold on,
numbers.
just
so
Spoo.
that's part of the reason why I'm saying this guy was not a Galactico. So what you're
So hold
basically
on.
saying is he was a Galactico.
No.
right?
he was
No,
the kind
yes,
of player
he was
that goes to
outsing-
He's saying
Chelsea.
that.
He's
He's saying
saying he
that.
wasn't
I'm
Galactic.
Yeah.
He's the kind of player that goes
Thank
to
you.
Chelsea first.
Okay, but
and
hold
then
on,
the
hold on,
Chelsea
hold on.
player that
Oh,
goes
wait,
to
you are agreeing with me?
Madrid.
No,
He's
No, no,
not
no,
that
no,
attractive.
no. I don't think he was a Galactical. But
That's
I don't
what I'm
think.
saying.
I think
Okay,
you
but-
guys are here, man.
He's saying
I think he's definitely closer to here.
Yeah.
But you guys are saying he's
Yeah,
here.
you guys are saying it's here's my issue.
I don't think.
no,
I don't
I'm
think,
not saying.
I don't think he was Ballon d'Or conversation ever.
Yeah.
When he was there.
Yes, but
That's,
no one said that.
oh wait, I don't.
What's a Galactico?
You were a bit close there. You were wilding a bit.
No, I wasn't going to talk about Ballon d'Or.
Oh wait,
Just
I'm
because
sorry,
he's saying
I
he's
don't think he's
Galactico.
okay. I get the Ballon d'Or chat.
not
leader.
every Galactico means
Ballon
Ballon
d'Or
d'Or.
winner.
yeah,
Okay,
wait,
I'm
wait,
sorry.
Galactico.
But it's a nice indication. But okay, let's leave that. I don't think he was ever in the conversation of, yeah, okay, top 10 players now listed.
that's all I'm saying. He
Right,
wasn't
okay.
that.
No,
That's all I'm saying.
what we're saying is the beginning of this chat. You guys weren't saying he's not a Galactico. You were saying He ain't shit.
No.
Okay, hold on.
That's
Okay,
what-
please, guys. I've been holding. No.
Hudson, go. Hudson,
I have
go.
not been
Hudson,
allowed
go,
to
Hudson,
speak
go.
for about
Okay,
a half
go,
an
Hudson,
hour.
speak.
You must just
Speak,
talk over
boy,
these
speak,
people,
bro.
bro.
I'm trying, and you're still speaking over me.
Okay, keep
Oh wait.
quiet, please.
So, Spoo.
And I'm gonna speak. Nah.
Yes.
He's asking me a question.
But after. So, with this thing, you're saying it's a player that has not reached their potential, that is also young, that has room to grow, right? And you said that it's someone who has been signed, right? Is it only for players who have been signed?
Dog, in this situation, me I speaking about Hazard, dog. So
Yeah, so I'm just asking, I'm trying to compare where you're placing him.
me, I'm saying Hazard was not a Galactico.
So you're
This was like simple.
but you said he was here. You said he was here when you got him?
Meaning not a Galactical.
No, I wasn't a
Meaning-
So okay, so but that
You guys
means
can't keep on
every
changing the
okay, you
definition
can't
of
change
what
it because that means every single player in the world that is not a Galactico is here.
Is this what you're saying? 'Cause
Okay,
if
I
that's what you're
apologize
saying,
then. I apologize.
'Cause, yeah,
he was
my
not,
only
he was
issue-
not, he was not, as I did say, nah, I don't know if you heard me or not. I said Hazard was good, but it was not a Galactico. I said this long ago, James. Nah. After you were like, yeah, what does this mean? I was like, yo, bruh, this guy was good, but it's not guaranteed that this guy is going to do well, whatever, because he is good. But then,
I honestly thought you guys were overhyping the fact that because he came from the French league as what you consider the best player, that when
Well,
you look
he-
at when you
not
look
what I
No,
consider.
It's
no,
not
no,
what
no.
he considered. It's
He
this. He
was.
Let me
was
check
the.
my words. Let me recheck my words.
You slick you. I see it.
How?
No.
Okay, just
No,
go.
so for the sake so we can carry on
Yeah,
with what I'm
I see
saying.
you. I
Yeah.
see you. Go
Go.
on.
I'll recheck that because, like I said, I have no pride in this. I don't care. I'll recheck that. So he was the best player according to the standards of what he got
He was
the award
the
for
French-
the
yeah,
best player
in the French league.
And I'm saying that doesn't necessarily equal to being the best player in the world. Like the
No one's
standards-
saying that.
The standards. So the standards for being the best player in the French league doesn't necessarily mean anything on the world stage. And until he came to Chelsea, and then he had to do something. Until he came to Chelsea on that platform of playing for Chelsea, that's only when you can go, oh wow, for Chelsea he's done this, so this puts him on the standard of the world. You can only do it from Chelsea. You can't. I don't care if you score 50 goals in China.
Okay, so you're
Let me come-
completely
So Mbappe?
hold on. So you're
Wait.
completely discounting Mbappe from this because that's the exact same situation.
How? What?
So Mbappe doesn't count as a world class player
Until he
anymore
plays for Chelsea.
until he plays for another team that's done well, or even when he was at Monaco, it didn't count.
Lille and Monaco are completely different. Do you disagree?
Yes.
Okay, so hold on.
I
What
think-
Monaco was more difficult or easier to play
I
in?
think Monaco,
Lille
they
finished second, yeah.
did well in the Champions League. Now that's a world stage.
And they won the league.
Yeah, my whole point is now when
So Hazard was
my whole point is I'm comparing what Hazard did at Lille to the
Yeah.
world, and I think what Mbappe did at Monaco at that time when they were winning the league and did well in the Champions League, that puts him on a world stage. I don't think Lille was something.
So
it
all
wasn't
guys was a
wasn't a
spotlight.
world base. It wasn't. You can't compare that. It's not until it comes to the same level. My whole point being, if you do well at Chelsea, it's completely different if you do well in the Championship.
He was doing great.
Let me
at
just
Lille.
No, you can do
And he did-
phenomenal.
You know, in
and
those
he did
3 seasons, he
well
won the
at
league
Chelsea.
twice, and he was the best player there.
You can do phenomenally. My whole point is when he got to Chelsea, it was proven. Oh, he actually okay. Now what he's done on this stage means you on the world stage now. You can put him on.
I am gonna say this, ne? If he was here when he was at Lille, ne?
it was not a Galactico.
As a player, if he was here, ne? When he was at Chelsea, as a player, he was like here. I think you guys made him worse. I think he could have grown way more than you, and you know it.
I
You know
also
it.
think that.
You get what I'm saying? So if you're taking credit for saying we got him to where he was, take credit for the fact that you might have fucked up that man's whole career because there are trophies that could have been in his cabinet that he missed out on because of you guys. I'm sorry, but it's the truth.
No,
right?
it's not disagreeing.
Yeah. So like, if he was here at Lille, ne? He was here afterwards.
And I'm saying, and I'm saying, whatever you do at low doesn't. It's not. If you have a fraction and one is you've got 1 to 4 and you've got 1 to 3, you can never. So you can't judge what you do here with what you do here. Only once you got the base of being at Chelsea, you can. That's now a world conversation. That's my only point. It's not the same thing.
But then,
Yeah, but the thing
that's
is-
your point. All
the
you saying is
talent-
there's more eyes on you.
Yeah, the thing is
Not
the
only
class.
that,
Yeah, but
not
the
only
class of the player doesn't
Yeah.
matter about what you think about whether they're at Chelsea or they're a world conversation
Yeah.
now.
I'm saying you can't tell you can't necessarily tell when the level that he's performing on, even if he's excelling, is not the same
Yeah,
as.
but you can
the
tell
Chelsea-
in some way, and you can compare.
How?
You can't compare it in an exact science way.
Plenty of players have
Neither-
done well in other leagues, and they can't translate that.
So
to
then
the
why are
world.
you
That's what he's
okay?
saying.
So but then that makes no sense to what you were saying earlier with Suarez to Barcelona.
Yeah,
What did I
Suarez.
say?
Then
Yeah,
you-
because he did well in Liverpool.
So just
Yeah.
because he did well in Liverpool doesn't mean he's guaranteed to do well in
No,
Barcelona.
but my point being is
Yeah,
at
but that-
Liverpool you're playing in the Premier League, and my whole point is to do well in the Premier League. That does put you on the world stage. That's my only point. That puts you on a place where you can be judged according to the world.
So
That's
what
all
you're
I'm saying.
saying-
If you do well in South Africa in the PSL,
Yeah, but
that's
that's
not
Yeah,
necessary.
but you can't compare the PSL to League
But my
One.
own point being that whatever you do here doesn't necessarily equate to anything you do here. From some level,
So then-
from the
okay.
level of being from the level of Premier League and possibly doing well in the Champions League. Those are the only two bases. So from being in a top league or being in doing well in the Champions League or doing well internationally, those are the only bases from which you can.
Okay, so then
Actually equally judge
Mbappe
people.
still doesn't count.
No. Leo Mbappe
did well in the
is
Champions
the
League
world
because
stage.
he-
Yeah,
He's the
okay,
world
but
stage.
That's my
now,
point.
but now in the Champions League,
Let's.
But he was established.
He's
bro.
saying.
Now he's
And
established.
Hazard was not
as- how is
established.
he? But how is he established? He
No,
had
my
one-
point is now
he
he's
had-
past
okay.
that. Now if you do well in the Premier League and then you go down to the Championship and you do well in the Championship, the point being you've shown that what you're doing there you can do anywhere. You can do somewhere else.
Guys.
That's not
And
true
before-
either.
before you
My
got-
only issue is
Yeah.
you guys are trying to downplay how good of a player Eden Hazard was.
No, I'm only saying he
Eden
wasn't
Hazard.
world class. That's all I'm saying.
You
He wasn't a
guys-
Galactico.
So
That's what
because
I'm
Maybe he
saying.
was world class.
Do you
Whatever-
remember-
Whatever your
do you
definition
know-
of world class is, me, I'm saying he was not a Galactico.
No,
All
I'm
I'm
saying
telling
he
you is
wasn't
everybody
world-class.
wanted him for their starting lineup, not as a prospect as you described Neymar,
Okay,
which is
let's move on
outrageous.
in like 5 minutes.
Outrageous to describe Neymar and Hazard.
And
when they were
part
signing
of
for
no, no, no,
Chelsea.
and part of
I
the
mean,
reason he had
Barcelona
to
and Chelsea.
start, you said when you pay a lot of money for a player, and we pay a lot of money because of the competition from other teams,
And
wanting
because
the
of
right-
how good he is.
Okay,
Yeah,
and because
I
of
was
how
saying
good
that
it is.
because he was
no,
good.
I fully agree. My whole point being, when you pay that much, he then needs to start. If we had paid 15 million, if no one else cared and we paid 15 million for him, he wouldn't necessarily have to start. So you saying, oh, he came straight into the starting lineup. That's also got to
Also,
do
you
with
don't you don't have to start because
No,
Dem-
but
yeah, but
that usually happens.
I signed Fabinho for a lot of money and he didn't just start.
Keita didn't just start. Fred doesn't just start.
Can I go?
Sanchez
Can I
doesn't
go?
just
Can I say
start.
something?
Dembele
according
doesn't
to
just
according to
start.
what you're saying, right? Let's say the world eye, right? According to what you're saying,
I think I'm using the wrong words for
okay,
that.
I'm
still
okay.
happy
Let's
to
say
say
the
what I'm
world stage and the
World stage.
Like
that's
let's
better,
say
yeah.
Brooks playing in the Premier League for Bournemouth
Yeah.
is better than Bruno Fernandes playing in Portugal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what you guys are
Yes.
saying.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Brooks
How much
is
longer
better
do
than
we have?
Bruno.
Wait, wait, that's what you guys are saying.
You said.
You
Yes,
guys
that's what I'm saying.
You just
You
agreed.
know what I said? Bro,
Bro,
I'm asking you. I said to you, because of the world stage argument that you had, Brooks, who's playing in the Premier League, is better than Bruno Fernandes, who's playing in
I
Portugal.
You said yes.
I
You
said
agreed
both.
with each other.
Yeah,
But that's not- but that's not what he said.
Let me say what I'm saying. Let me say what I'm saying. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying what Brooks is doing is exactly, that means that's what he is on. How do I put this in a different
Okay,
way?
but
Okay, it's basically the point
I
of
don't
Premier
get
League
this.
proven. A Premier League proven player. What? Full
Is
stop.
that what you're saying?
My
Premier
whole
League
point-
proven.
no,
Is
my-
that your word?
No, that's not what I'm saying. My point is different levels, different playing grounds, and if you do well on the big ground,
But what's the big grounds?
so I say Premier League, I say Champions League, I say International, I say La Liga, maybe La Liga, maybe.
Top 3 La Liga.
That's
Liga
what I say.
maybe. Okay, so
La
Eden
Liga.
Hazard.
No, okay, I apologize. La Liga, I say La Liga, Premier League, Champions League, because those are on a different level too.
Bundesliga.
Maybe just tell me, what
So
did you
other-
think Eden Hazard was when you were signing him? Please tell me. Just let me understand. What do you think he was? Pulisic. Were you signing Pulisic?
I think
Literally, you said, tell me, I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it so I can give an actual answer.
Okay,
That's
okay.
simply what I'm doing.
I just want to know. I really
I
want to
think
know.
Eden Hazard was a Jovic. That's what I think.
No, go in depth. What do you mean when
No,
you
I've
say
answered my
Jovic?
question.
I don't know Jovic.
There's a
I've
different.
never heard of Jovic in my entire
There's
life.
there's a
What
difference.
do you mean?
And the thing is
There's
also
a-
Jovic has had one good
you
season.
Can't tell. The ability. I think he was a Jovic versus a Pulisic. That's what I think.
What's a
If you
Jovic?
can't understand that, I can't help you. I'm sorry.
I think
You need to figure that out on your own. But does anybody else understand?
you
that?
guys really don't
Alex
know
made a
who
good
Eden
point over
Hazard
there that
was.
you didn't hear.
What did he
where-
say?
Because
Let's talk
Jovic,
about
the
that.
thing is,
What did he say?
you didn't count Jovic in because you said Bundesliga is not there. So he's had one good season in
Okay.
Bundesliga. So what does that mean
Okay.
for a player?
The exact same as Eden Hazard. The exact same point. The ability on the stage that's lesser than. However, when I'm saying Hazard and Jovic on the same group. I don't know if they miss
So,
exactly the same. That's what I said. Have I
Neymar.
answered your question?
Wait, Neymar to Barcelona. Neymar was also.
My bad. Have I answered your question?
I
Or
think
not
so,
really?
but it's just all very confusing.
No,
I don't know
man.
what you. What is the question?
I was just
Maybe
curious
just-
to find out
Yeah,
dig a
sure.
I
little
feel
deeper.
like you guys are using something right? Because don't get me wrong, you're right. I agree with what he's saying. The point of being Premier League proven, it's a big thing, right? But you're using it to fight a chat that's wrong.
It's tell.
The Eden
tell me,
Hazard
I'm
chat
listening. I'm totally listening. To what
Is
you're saying
wrong.
right now.
You feel me?
The
The
Eden
Eden Hazard
Hazard-
chat is wrong. You guys weren't signing somebody, and it's not like he was less of a player just because he was playing in a different league.
That's not what I
He
said.
was.
That's kind of
That's
what you're
what you were
insinuating.
implying.
That's what you're
literally-
saying. That's
that's
you're saying that
literally-
you.
That's literally not what I said.
That's
Okay,
what we've
sorry,
been fighting this
It's
whole
okay. It's
time,
not.
though.
He's not a lesser player
It is-
because
it
he's
is
playing on a
possible.
small
I
ground.
didn't
Let me
say
fix
it.
it. Let me fix it. Let me fix it.
Okay,
Yeah, I didn't say it was like
I
how.
used the word lesser
No,
player.
no, no. You
to
can-
quote myself.
You
Lesser player.
can play in a trash league. You can play in China and be better than a Premier League player. That's not listen. You can
Yeah.
literally do that.
Yeah.
My point being though, when you're playing in China, you don't necessarily know where this player is. Even if the player is better than the Premier League player. But my point is, once you get to the Premier League, when that does translate, if you are the better player, you'll come to the Premier League and do better than the other player who was in the Premier League before that.
I get what
my
you're
only
saying.
point.
I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm talking
bro.
about leagues. I'm not saying that you can't be a good player in a trash league. You can be a better player, but when you get to the Premier League, that's when you can actually judge people. That's
I
the
understand that.
fair
You get
ground.
it, right?
Everybody's
I get
running
it.
on the
Away.
same steepness.
Wait,
Okay, that's all I'm saying.
I would rather sign Ruben Neves than sign Bruno Fernandes. It's less of a risk, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Grand.
Yeah.
But the Eden Hazard chat,
Yeah.
that's where the issue comes
Why?
in.
this was a
Because-
generational player.
Yes, that's true.
Don't talk about.
Nobody said that's not the.
Yeah, that's
not
what
it.
I'm saying is when you were signing him, you were signing a generational player. You were signing someone who was phenomenal.
Yeah, he was
You were
signing
not
up.
signing.
So was Ben Arfa.
You're going to compare Eden Hazard to
Relax.
Adam Ben Arfa.
I'm gonna hurt you.
What? It's so already. It's
But you
Nah,
get my
No,
point.
I'm saying in terms of skill.
I
In
get
terms of
that.
skill and
No, I'm saying-
ability.
I'm
saying-
No, in
there's
terms
an
of skill and
uphill-
ability.
Yeah, there's a flat.
I don't want to be a
No.
part of
Every other
this.
league
Am I
is an
lying? Am I lying?
uphill,
No, am I
and
lying?
you can't
Am I
really
lying?
tell who's quick because this is an uphill and this is
I don't know.
downhill.
I didn't watch
So my whole point
Ben
is,
Arfa
Hazard
before he
can be
moved to
running
Newcastle.
fast on the uphill.
I
You
will.
can't
But-
you can't compare. It's not the same. That's
Oh,
all
wait.
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
because one went the
I
other
agree.
way, bro.
You went
I
uphill,
agree.
you went straight.
I
you
agree.
can't tell. Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Let's take all of that out, nah? And you tell me when you looked at Neymar at
Yeah.
Santos, right? Lesser league.
Yeah.
Did you think,
Let's agree that the Brazilian league is even lesser than the French
The
league in
French
terms of
league.
quality.
Yeah,
by far?
Thank
But when
you.
you looked at him, you knew, right?
And with Neymar, you're still saying that Neymar was more guaranteed and a better player and less here than Hazard when they signed him.
Yeah, because also Neymar, don't forget, for me at least, he was more clinical, and usually.
Okay, but hold
players-
on. This argument means nothing about Hazard because this whole time you argue Hazard is not a numbers player.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And numbers
yeah,
don't matter.
aware,
So I'm
dog.
saying you
No,
cannot
no,
base
I'm saying in
Hazard.
terms of signings,
Yeah,
in
no,
terms
no,
of
no, no.
signings.
But you cannot base signings Hazard and Neymar off of numbers if you're arguing that this whole
Okay,
time
then we
Hazard
can't
is not a
have this
numbers
argument
player.
because then there won't be someone to compare Hazard to. If that make a direct comparison,
you think they were equal level talent?
because here's what I'm saying, right? Certain people will then say Neymar's better because why? End product. He has ability,
The
whatever,
point that I
but
wanted
end
to get
product.
to-
And then don't forget,
Yeah.
The point that I
Neymar.
wanted to get to, sorry, the point that I wanted to get to, right, was when you looked at that player, you knew where he was going, right? Whether he got there or not, like some people
everybody
fall
agrees.
off around the way.
Yeah,
Like everybody looked at him and was like, yo, that's Neymar, look at that guy.
Yeah, we follow. We agree.
Away, right? In the same way when Asensio burst on the scene, you look at him and you're like, yo, this guy could do something, right?
Yeah, sure.
When you looked at Hazard, nobody was ever saying, man, fuck that man. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
We haven't said that. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So the whole Hazard chat, right? Regardless of which league he played in, you could see the talent, right?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Is he was never a guy who you had to bring in from here. He was never a Mahrez. He was never a Vardy. You get what I'm saying? He didn't shoot up out of nowhere and was groomed by the club. But when you looked at him, you knew what kind of player he was, and he was that guy.
You knew you were getting a
I think here's
world-class
the
youngster.
problem. I think when I did this,
that 3 years.
because
it even started
You
off.
also didn't even know what that was.
And that's why I took a step back and I decided I gave explanation.
Yeah, like
I
this is
think-
my definition.
I think maybe
That's-
this was where it threw people off.
Because no, you've described players like this before, and it's different than how you're saying it is now.
In this context,
So
it's
that's
very
a
different.
linguistic
I'm accepting
that's
that.
a
I'm
linguistic
accepting
difference.
that.
That's not
I'm accepting that. You
Yeah,
understand?
sure.
So I think that was the problem.
Yeah.
Now do we understand each other? Are we agreeing?
Yeah.
That,
So
okay, no.
in summation,
Okay, yes.
I want to
my-
hear you say it. Yeah.
What?
I want to hear you
Me?
say what you agree.
Hazard was not a galactic goal.
Nobody said so.
And
Ah,
then, okay,
he
no.
said
No,
so,
you agree with
he
that.
said so.
No, you agree with that. And
No,
then
no.
mine is
No, he
he was
disagreed
not a
with that.
world class player. That's what I said.
That I don't. I disagree.
That's what I
with.
I still think you guys are underrating him.
Yeah,
Galactic- you think it was a Galactico?
that's my biggest issue here is that you guys are trying to act like when you were signing Eden Hazard, he wasn't Eden Hazard. I'm not saying trash.
I just say I don't think he was world class.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't think
his argument for he's world class. He got signed and he started. He got
No,
sent
that's
to
not my argument.
What
My
is your
argument is
what
for
makes him
signing a player that was
who looked like he's gonna
no,
become one
not
of the
a player
best
who
of all
looked
time.
like a player who was.
At that exact time, he was good enough to play for Chelsea, but not for Madrid.
Because
No, he
Madrid,
could've.
yes, because
Who told
Madrid
you?
had Cristiano
No,
Ronaldo in his
Madrid
position.
can take away Cristiano Ronaldo. You telling me the other Real Madrid players were not better than Eden Hazard? I'm asking a question. by
Yes,
the way.
I'm telling you that.
Sir Alex wanted him
That's a
himself,
question.
and like he said,
I
Man
didn't
United
tell
were
you
the team
that.
at the time. The only reason he
Yeah.
left and went to Chelsea wasn't because Chelsea were a lesser club or stepping stone.
said
He
it.
went because of I know, but you
They
said
were the
you
European
did
team.
you said he goes Hazard
He
was
could
the
start
type to
for
start
Chelsea
at
and not
Chelsea,
for Madrid.
and then no when before you said Hazard moved to Chelsea and then moved to Madrid afterwards,
Yeah.
right? So what I'm saying is that is a stepping stone. Now I'm saying, he didn't move to Chelsea as a stepping stone. He moved to Chelsea when there was an offer from Manchester United, arguably the biggest club in the world, top 3
At the
very
time.
least,
Yeah,
at the
for
time,
sure.
right? And he said
Best
no.
manager
And
in the
Manchester
world.
City.
because of your
Bucks.
homie. Your homie was here, right?
Yeah.
You
said so,
he's-
Joe Cole, yeah.
Yeah, he
Me
said
too, yeah,
that's
absolutely.
where you need to be. It's a city. It suits your lifestyle, whatever. That's why he went to Chelsea.
So the argument you're making is he could have gone straight to Madrid. I'm asking
If
Christian.
Cristiano Ronaldo was not there,
I
if
mean, in
Ronaldo
the
was
same
playing where
in the
he
same
plays now
sense
as
as
a
Neymar
striker.
did. Go to Barcelona. You guys said
Yes,
he could have
yes,
jumped
Yes.
and
Straight
started.
away.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know about that. And I
And
think
that's why I'm asking
and
you
allowed-
how old you were then, because I'm starting to think you're remembering it a little hazy.
I don't know what your point is.
Yeah, my point is
He
Because
could've
this
just
is an
said it.
old man. He
No,
was
no, yeah.
experienced when he was
that's
there.
cool. That's cool. And that's what I'm saying. That's something you can have your opinion on that. And I'm saying I don't know. I didn't say I know this is what it is. I'm saying I don't necessarily know that. I don't know if he could have not only jumped to Madrid but also got into their lineup. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he was that good to have gone there and started in the lineup. So maybe I didn't see Hazard at that point.
Yeah, that's why you. How could you know he was
At that
he was
point.
good if you hadn't seen him?
This is not what I'm. Is that not exactly what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Can I ask the question? Is that not exactly what I'm saying?
That is what
I've
you're saying.
I've
That
literally
is
just
what you're saying.
admitted
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
may not say, and then he says the
Yeah.
same thing I just
Yeah.
said.
I'm not arguing with what you're saying now.
You're just
I'm arguing
repeating
with
what I
you
just
said
said.
Yeah,
before.
just want to put on emphasis.
Like,
now,
I'm
right?
like,
just
so why
what
were
are
you
you
guys?
training out
Why
there?
I'm saying the whole time, why have you been saying he wasn't that?
Now you're saying that
Yeah.
you don't really know.
My whole point was that is you guys, your point for he was that level was that and I'm arguing only against the point that you said the only reason you guys or the reason you gave for he could have gone straight to Madrid was the point that he did so well in the French league, he was the best player in that, and that's all I did was to debunk that, not necessarily because of the difference in standard. That's all I said.
We're not
That was my
talking
only
about
point.
Nicolas Pepe here. We're not talking about Nicolas Pepe.
I don't care who it is. My point, even if Messi was playing it was in the French league, right? Even if I'm saying it for sure can look like he's gonna go to the top, or it's seemingly a fact that my whole point was the platform. It wasn't even about the team. The platform from which he was doing well from. I don't think you can go based off that. I think you can only go based off world class level platforms if he is that good. That's what I was saying.
So you can't tell a very special player.
You
I'm asking you. I'm just asking.
Yeah, but this.
can tell a very special
Yes.
player, but the performance that he has on this level does not necessarily. I'm saying
Yeah, it
can't-
doesn't. It doesn't
you can't-
guarantee
not even that doesn't
performance in
guarantee.
the Premier League.
But you can't. Whatever you do here is, you can't, I don't know how to put these are two different playing fields, and you can't actually tell what level he's actually on. Even if you do think he is on that level.
And you can equate it somehow because then you're still saying Mbappe.
And I said the reason I said Mbappe was because Monaco won the Champions League, and that is one of my platforms that I consider to be a world-class stage.
So could I ask, if Mbappe is, let's disregard that Champions League run.
If he'd still done the exact
If
same
he's done
numbers,
all that,
Everything
In
on
the
the
league.
league minus
that
that.
doesn't necessarily mean he's not that level. That's not my point. He could be that level, but my point
He's
is
saying to be sure.
doing it on that level, just in the League One. I'm saying you I don't know how people equate that to what that means as how well he'll perform on the world level. I'm saying only from those world class stages, then it's a fact.
but then how are you placing Neymar above him?
Yeah.
I didn't place Neymar.
Okay,
You did place. Hold on, no, you did
Yeah,
place
listen to
Neymar
what you're
above him.
saying.
You exactly
What did I
placed
say?
Neymar above him. We said compared
Yeah.
to where they were was
Yeah,
it
when they were saying-
Pulisic,
Who
Pulisic and
asked
Neymar.
I asked the
You
both
said
of
you said both of you
And
multiple
you said
times
Pulisic.
said
Yeah.
both of you.
Guys,
Hold
do
on,
you
hold
tell me
on.
why I place
pushing back.
Hazard above
I'm
Neymar?
saying-
Hey,
See what you're saying.
can I
I'm not-
please?
I'm
Yes,
not
can I
pushing
say
back.
what I'm saying?
I'm
You
listening.
guys, you guys said here's Neymar, here's Pulisic.
Yes.
You guys are saying that Hazard, when you got him, was closer to Pulisic is now than to Neymar when they was from Santos to Barcelona. You said that both of you multiple times, and it is recorded and it is there, and you
No,
cannot
no,
argue
Yeah,
against
why I
that.
said that?
Okay,
no, I'm talking
one
about
of
the
those
YouTube
No,
videos.
he's gonna say what he's gonna say.
One had
I'm,
more
spe-
YouTube
I'm speaking.
videos.
I'm speaking for myself. That doesn't go with what I just said. So and I'm admitting that. I'm saying.
Okay, so you're
I'm-
saying that
what
was
I'm saying.
wrong.
What I'm saying to you is based on what I've decided. What I've just this whole
Yeah.
entire point being what I just said. I misspoke. Then that I completely misspoke. Then in that regard, you couldn't tell. Doesn't mean he couldn't have been better. But
Yeah,
because on what Bear's performing. This whole point that I've made. You get what I'm saying, right?
Yes, so now I understand.
Yeah,
Now I get that
listen.
point.
Yeah.
So I think we can all leave it at you could tell he was gonna be amazing, but you couldn't be sure.
Yeah.
Which is the same with pretty much
Every
any player
single
all the
player,
time,
regard-
everywhere.
regardless of how old they are.
Regardless of how old they are.
Yeah.
But up to you play on the world stage.
Yeah, you
don't
couldn't.
know.
You can't be sure.
You don't know.
Yeah, but you
tell,
still
but you
also.
Segue into this boy.
Hey, we don't have
There's
time.
no way to segue. This has been the longest podcast we've ever
Yeah,
had.
by far.
And the main reason is because someone said
He
Eden Hazard.
concluded. Why he concluded? He concluded.
I'm just saying. I'm saying we can't. I'm saying we
starting
can't
that
segue.
game.
I'm not starting
Okay,
anything. I'm
okay,
saying we
okay,
can't
okay.
segue into
Yeah,
something
he's saying
else.
you want
Yeah.
to just cut it here. Me also, I'm tired, gents. I talk about Hazard so much. I swear, I'm living with the man. Man. Yes,
Man, I'm absolutely
Oi.
devastated.
I'm absolutely
I'm
devastated.
devastated, dog.
I can't let. Hey. How can you be devastated?
That's very unfortunate.
The man is alive.
Anyway,
Hazard is living.
that's all we had for you. Longest podcast ever.
Hey, that's not all we had for you, but
We
that's
had
all we
more.
got.
A lot more.
That's all we
lot
gave you.
more.
That's all we gave you.
Still about to get heated off season
Hey,
Hey,
because people are going to cry.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Best
let us
box
know
to
what. Let
box
us know what
midfielder
you
in the
guys.
Premier
Hey, hold on. Let us know what you guys think about Eden Hazard.
yeah.
Get involved.
Specifically, let us know if you guys actually knew what this argument was about.
Tell me, tell
Let
me
us know
if I'm
if
wrong
you
or
guys
not.
could understand. Because, I think that these guys are wrong. I think that you're right halfway, but still wrong. I think that Spoo was wrong in his original statement, and then you guys just backed up a wrong original statement with right information. Like,
Yeah.
you
And
get
I
what I'm
think I'm
saying?
right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, let's say arson isn't a crime. Then you're like, wait, but it is a crime. Then you're like, but fire is hot, and fire is good because it keeps people warm in winter. Like, yeah, it keeps people warm in winter, but it's still a crime to burn
Probably
people's
can't.
houses. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And
That's it for
all
us
today.
for this week. Thank you guys for watching. We appreciate if you've made it this far to the maybe one of you, probably none of you. I might just be talking to myself right now. If you've made it here, you specifically, we appreciate you. Thank you.
Big shout out to you, buddy.
You're just gonna ruin the outro like that.
Out. Sorry. Big shout out to you. Good luck.
Peace.
Out.